Come on, we're going to the vets.
Scott's first patient is British Bulldog Daisy.
Good girl, Daisy.
She's heading into the Richmond Practice with her besotted owner, Helena.
Daisy's been with me 8 years. The bond's just amazing. Like, she's my best friend. Like, she's there for me. When I open the door, she's there running up to me, cuddling me. Like, boys can come and go, but Daisy's still always there. She really is my best friend. And like a family member, I suppose. She's like my child. Come on, then. Not this one. Good girl. Wrong door.
Hi, Helena.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Very well.
Hi, Daisy. Hello. Oh, why's got such a grumpy face?
She's like, I recognise you.
Yeah.
Daisy's not really a fan of the vets. She's quite a grumpy bulldog. So when it comes to like prodding her and poking her, if she's not in the mood, she just won't let you.
And what's she in for today?
She started to have like tremors, her head shakes.
Okay. Right.
I've got a video as well to show you.
Okay.
Of her doing it. She's done it like 4 times now.
Okay.
In the last 2 weeks, just randomly, her head will shake really fast, but for around about 5 or 10 seconds. And I literally just grabbed her chin because I thought maybe she's having a fit or something, but it was quite hard to see when you can't do anything for your dog.
Okay, well, let's go into the consult room and have a look at the video.
Okay, perfect.
Come on then, gorgeous. In you come.
Obviously, 8 years is a long time for me to have a dog, and it's always just been me and Daisy. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking to know what's actually wrong with her.
Okay, let's have a little look at this then, shall we? Oh, wow. It's quite significant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really fast.
And then I can see her eyes just blinking a little bit, sort of what we call muscle fasciculation, so little sort of tremors around the muscles of the face alongside this head bobbing. And I can hear her snoring.
She goes straight back to sleep. And that's the thing, it's not hurting her or anything.
Yeah. I mean, you would be inhuman not to be worried about that.
No.
You know, that's a strange movement. Yeah, that's quite worrying. Any dog owner knows that when their dog's asleep, they can make some funny movements and basically dreaming. But in this case, it was much more sinister looking. It was a real shudder. And the fact that this is coming and going, not only when she's asleep, but when she's awake as well, is quite worrying. And generally, is she a healthy girl, eating well, drinking normally?
She loves her food.
Yeah.
I've noticed she's drinking a lot more.
Okay,
So
that could be playing a role.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Is kidney something to worry about?
It's not a great symptom.
Okay.
If she has kidney disease. So, yeah, it's definitely something we need to look into. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Oh, you're all right. She's your little girl, isn't she? Yeah. Renal disease or kidney disease can sometimes lead to symptoms like head tremor in dogs. And poor Helena, well, obviously, she's understandably shocked. She clearly adores this dog, and it's not something that any owner wants to contemplate. It is something that is seen in other British Bulldogs, that they just have this little bit of a head tremor.
Yeah.
And what we need to do is to diagnose based on exclusion. So we have to rule out a whole bunch of really frightening, really horrible things. And by the time we get to the end, what's left is idiopathic head tremor. But obviously at the other end of the scale is the possibility that she could have a tumor in her brain.
Yeah. Okay.
So what we're going to end up needing to do is to sedate her in order to take the blood, which we need to just check her general health, and also to look into why she is maybe drinking a little bit more than normal.
Yeah.
What we'll also be doing is then x-raying her head and her, basically her spine, just to see if there's any abnormalities, anything that could lead to the symptoms that you're seeing.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
All right then, you say goodbye to Mummy, all right?
Thank you.
We're going to go on our little journey of discovery together, aren't we? Yes, we are, yeah.
It's really hard to leave her behind. It's horrible to leave what I class as my baby behind. We have that connection, so it's hard. I don't want nothing bad to happen to her, but we'll just wait and see.
All right.
Thank you. Go.
guess she's still learning how to play, isn't she? She doesn't really know.
She's not quite grasped it yet.
No.
She'll get there.
In a nearby park in St Margaret's, Scott's vet nurse Reagan and her partner Russell are trying to encourage their newly adopted dog Shiloh to play.
Go on, Shiloh. Fetch.
Go! My grandmother actually sort of posted something on Facebook for a rescue centre. I always wanted to rescue, and I just feel really strongly about adopting. And seeing her picture just come up, like she does have such a foxy little face, and that did instantly draw me to her. And I literally showed it to you straight away, didn't I? And I was like, that's that one, definitely.
Yeah,
The
unbelievable.
one.
Haven't seen anything like her before, so yeah, she's one of a kind.
Shiloh!
The shy little pup has had quite a journey to her new home. She was saved by Florrie's Friends, an organisation that rescues neglected and abused dogs and cats in Romania and brings them to the UK for rehoming.
Come.
Good girl.
Good girl. Can you sit? Good girl. Dogs in Romania do go through a bit of a hard time. I know that she was taken off the streets and put into something that they call a kill unit. I believe they just round them up and sort of dispose of them, really.
I feel nice. Living the high life now. At first, you could tell she was just scared of everything. Like, you take her out for a walk, she'd just lay down when she saw people, tail between her legs, literally scared of the world. But now she's started coming out of her shell, like happy around people, tails wagging.
Come on, baby. She's completely stolen my heart. She's just so beautiful and just so kind and gentle, and I know that she's got a really good soul. She's doing so well. I'm so pleased.
Yeah.
That's how she's doing. Oh, look at her face.
And today, little Shiloh has another adventure in store. Reagan is taking her into the Isleworth practice for her very first checkup.
Hey, baby.
You're the best girl.
Left a bit, right a bit, left a bit, left a bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the spot. There we go. You're a big flirt, aren't you, eh? Oh dear, as soon as Mummy's out of the room, butter wouldn't melt, eh?
It's like X-ray me, Scott.
Yeah.
At the Richmond practice, Scott and vet nurse Jess have just sedated English Bulldog Daisy.
Well, she's got his head tremors, so she's got a strange sort of up and down shake of her head, which is quite concerning. Happened quite a few times over the last month.
Oh, Daisy.
Head tremors can be caused by a variety of things, but Daisy's owner has just said that she's been drinking a lot of water lately, and that makes me think about kidney disease, which can be deadly. So straight away, we can hopefully rule that out by testing Daisy's blood and urine.
Oh, sweetie.
Go.
Go from there. Hey. Wasn't lying about your snoring, was she? It's pretty impressive.
Upstairs, Daisy's owner Helena is hoping it's not bad news.
I think your head goes through so many different things of all the worst possibilities, but I don't know, I just think I've just got to think positive.
Right, let's have a look at these bloods then. That's all looking pretty good. So kidneys are fine, just fine, which is really great. Yeah.
It's a relief.
Let's just check the urine test that we did as well. Great. Yeah, I mean, she looks like generally a very healthy dog, so far, so good.
Keep it up, Daisy.
Yeah, exactly. It's great news. Daisy's kidneys are fully functioning, but she's not in the clear yet. The next step is to take some x-rays. X-ray to see if there's anything wrong with Daisy's skull and spine, any abnormalities, any pressure that's being applied to her spinal cord that might be causing these head shakes. Just having a little look around her head. So far, so good. There isn't any obvious changes. The start of the cervical vertebrae in the neck I can see, and they're all looking normal. It still, however, does leave the possibility that it could be within her brain, something that we can't see on an x-ray like this. With all the tests complete, Daisy's beginning to wake up from her sedation, and it's time to reunite this lovely bulldog with her beloved Helena and give her the good news. But unfortunately, I can't rule out all the bad things just yet. You're right there? Can you hear Mummy? Where's Mummy? Where is she?
Daisy.
Who's that? Who's that? Daisy, look, who's that?
Hello, princess. Hello, mommy.
Hey.
Hello.
So, lots of information gained today.
Oh, really?
All right. But one bit of news that I know that you'll like is that she doesn't have kidney disease.
Thank you. So I sort of want to kiss you, but I'm not going to. Don't worry.
Well, we can hug.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So then after some tummy rubs and some x-rays, I've not found any cause for the tremors. So there's nothing that is of concern as yet that I can see. The only thing left really is the possibility of there being something within her brain.
Okay.
So either inflammatory diseases, swelling, or worst case scenario, a tumour.
Yeah. I know, yeah.
So we need to send you off to the Royal Veterinary College. She needs to get an MRI done. That will look into her brain and see exactly what's going on. And if there is any negatives to find, they'll find it.
Okay. Just keep our fingers crossed.
Exactly.
You gonna get up? Hey, should we go home? No. You wanna come? Come on, then.
And Helena, I really hope that we're going to get good news from the RVC. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
All right
Thank you.
then.
Come on, Daisy.
Bye, girls. Bye, gorgeous.
Bye. Good girl. Good girl.
I'm gonna go in and say hi to everyone. Yeah.
Vet nurse Reagan has arrived at the Isleworth Clinic with Shiloh for the little rescue pup's first health check.
Hi.
Oh, this must be Shiloh.
This is Shiloh, yes. Oh, look, she's already waiting for a treat.
My God, hello, sweetie pie.
She's so beautiful.
I know, she is really amazing, isn't she?
It's the first time receptionist Lizzie and vet nurse Lily have met Reagan's new pup.
I didn't expect her to be so confident.
I know, she's done really well with people. She was very nervous at first, but she still is now, but definitely getting better. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Good girl, baby.
Good girl.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh, is this your new little puppy?
This is Shiloh, yes.
Hello. I've heard so much about you.
Shiloh is booked in for an appointment with vet Phoebe.
So I just wanted to bring her in and get her checked over, make sure everything's all okay.
Shiloh's got an amazing story, and then this is the point at which hopefully her whole life turns around. She goes from being a dog on the street to a dog in a loving home with a vet nurse as a mother, so she'll definitely get the best care. I'll start with the head end and I'll work down. She's made herself at home on the table, hasn't she?
She's pretty comfy, yeah. I don't think she minds too much.
Let's have a look in your mouth. Yeah, teeth look good, no gingivitis or anything. There's a tiny little bit of tartar on there, but not much at all.
Good.
Let's have a look, listen to your chest, pop it. She's really good.
She does have all these lumps on her head. I was informed that it was because of a dog bite while she was in her kennels when she was in Romania.
There's this big one here.
There's one there. There's one just at the front, I think.
There's one, oh yeah, there's one here. In some places it even looks like scar tissue.
Yeah, it's like growing over the fur there, so it's a little bit strange looking. All right, baby.
I think they look like cysts, little follicular cysts. Okay. So that does fit with a history of trauma. Sometimes it can bring on these things.
Okay.
I think they're unlikely to go away on their own though. But if we did take them off, it would be quite a straightforward operation. She'd need a full general anaesthetic, but she's young and otherwise healthy, so I can't see why she would be at high risk or anything like that.
So what's your verdict then?
Reagan, she's in really good health.
Good.
Yeah, she's really good. It's just these tiny little cysts on her head, and I think you just need to have a little think about what you really want to do with them. I don't think there's any rush.
Okay. The only thing that I'm worried about really is if she catches it while scratching, or if she's playing with another dog and they scratch it, could cause an infection, make them quite inflamed, and just more problems really than they are now. So I'm just deciding whether or not I want to go ahead with the surgery sooner or wait for a little bit.
You've been very good today, haven't you?
I'm very pleased with her, yes. So got to get her home now and carry on with the rest of the day. Hey, Shiloh.
Hey.
Scott's now heading 2 hours north of London to answer an emergency call from the Leicestershire Wildlife Hospital.
I'm really excited today because, of course, at my London practices, I'm generally working with domestic animals. So when I get the opportunity to work with wildlife, I jump at the chance.
Well, hello there. You must be Angie.
Hi, Scott.
Oh, I'm Scott. How are you?
Scott. How
nice
are
to
you?
meet you. Very good.
Angie set up the rescue centre 30 years ago, and it's currently home to 500 animals in need.
We've got swans, badgers, foxes, mainly hedgehogs as well at this time of year.
Okay.
And then talking of hedgehogs, we've got a poorly one, if you could have a look at it for me while you're here.
Wow. You didn't take long to put me to work, did you?
I didn't. Come on in.
All right,
Come and have a
let's
see.
go. Crack the whip.
Hi, Harriet. This is Scott. He's
How are you? Hi, I'm shaking hands with you as you're supposed to be holding on to your patient.
Yeah, bless. So this is the emergency. It come in literally a couple of hours ago. She's actually got quite a swollen mouth.
That is nasty looking, that really swollen, ulcerated tongue.
Yeah. Scott arrived just at the critical moment for the hedgehog. She's very, very dehydrated, very skinny.
The person that dropped the animal off, do they have any idea what?
No, they were just driving past, seeing it on the side of the road. In the daytime, obviously, they're not supposed to be out in the day, and picked her up and brought her in.
This little hedgehog, she's clearly unwell. She's got a really swollen, ulcerated tongue, and her mouth just looks so painful.
I don't know if it's just going to pop out or not. Right. So that tooth is moving there. That molar is actually loose. So
yeah, I can see it.
I don't know if it's what she's eaten has then weakened the gums around it, but that's where this muck is coming from, is from that tooth.
Not only does she have a huge amount of sort of bloody, pussy discharge, but finally I can find the root of the problem, which is a tooth root abscess.
Just going to see if I can go underneath the tongue if she'll let me. There we go. Out it comes.
Oh,
Look, there
wow.
it is. Look. You poor thing. Oh, baby girl.
The hedgehog's gums are so badly inflamed that the tooth comes out easily.
That is going to make all the difference in the world, because that would have been painful, but obviously would have been a site for infection.
Yeah.
So I think now we've
And
got
obviously,
that
if you
out.
managed to clear it up as well, because it was still in there, you could obviously get another infection.
Yeah, that's it. I just think when you've got a tongue that sore,
Yes.
you're not going to eat.
No,
and
no,
therefore you're going to
definitely
get
not.
dehydrated
Yes,
and
yeah.
anorexic very quickly. So I think you might just need a little bit of fluid under your skin, sweetheart.
She just needs some hydration. She's very dehydrated after a time not eating, and some antibiotics to start knocking off the infection.
She's not giving up any fight at all, is she?
No, bless her.
So flat.
Hopefully it'll make her feel better, though.
So now that I've treated my patient and I'm just about to give some medication, I think she deserves a name, don't you?
Yes, yeah. I mean, what sort of thing would you like to name her, since you've,
I'd love to, yeah. I mean, like a good English name, I think. Like maybe like what about
English name.
Hattie the Hedgehog?
Hattie the Hedgehog. Yeah,
that all
I
right?
agree with that. Yeah, if you want Hattie the Hedgehog, you can quite happily have a Hattie.
Bless you, thank you.
Hattie.
Hattie is a really unwell hedgehog right now, but what she needs is lots of love and attention and lots of treatment. So hopefully by being here now at the hospital, she'll be able to get all of that treatment and hopefully make a full recovery.
All right, gorgeous. You feel well soon. Toothache really is quite painful, isn't it? There you go. All right, get nice and snuggly. All right, to our next patient.
Yes, fab. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So I've got another little something to show you.
Okay, all right. I'm intrigued.
With hundreds of animals in care at the sanctuary, feeding time is especially demanding.
Oh, my word.
So every spare set of helping hands is put to work.
Hello, beautiful. Hello. Oh, wow.
The two bunnies that we've got in at the moment came off a building site. The foreman brought them in after seeing a digger dig them up. So they're being hand-fed by me. So lots of hours going in there, lots of sleepless nights. I was hoping that you could help me feed them.
Oh, I'd love to. Absolutely love to. As a dad of 3, I'm used to giving babies milk.
Experience then.
Yeah.
Just need to check, obviously, that it's not
Yeah.
too warm, which is fine.
Yeah.
So if you want to take that one.
Hello. You hungry? There you go. Oh, look. Say, this job just never gets old, does it?
No, especially, when the babies come in, it's lovely. Definitely got the wriggle on.
Yours just staying there.
Yeah.
Eh? Maybe it's just a experienced touch. Eh?
He knows if he wiggles, you don't get that much.
Look at us like proud parents.
Yeah.
Harriet's demonstrating such a massive dedication to her job. She's getting up to these little kits every 3 to 4 hours throughout the day and night, making sure that they're given all the milk they need to sustain their body weight and hopefully get to the point where they'll be able to be released back into the wild.
Yummy.
Well, mine's finished his.
Aww.
Is that all of his?
No, it's not a race.
No, well, I won.
Good girl. Daisy.
Just north of London, Helena has arrived at the Royal Veterinary College, hoping for answers as to why Daisy is experiencing head tremors.
So Daisy's having an MRI scan. We're just going to check, see whether there's anything in there, like a tumour or anything like that.
In. Yeah, good.
To be honest, it's only just hit me as I walked in. I think you put it at the back of your mind, else you just go mad thinking, what could it be?
Scott has already ruled out kidney disease or a spinal problem as possible causes of Daisy's head tremors. So the MRI will now be focusing on her brain.
I'm hoping the best results come and she's fine and we can go home. But I don't know. I'm a little bit.
Specialist Elsa Beltran is looking closely for any abnormalities.
At the moment, nothing. Hello, good evening. So Daisy is recovering from anesthesia. She's doing very well, so we can come in and then we have a chat of the findings that we have found on the MRI.
Okay,
it's okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
So we just go
This
to
back that way again.
Yeah. We don't have anything in the brain to be worried about regarding the head bobbing. So at this stage, everything looks very good.
So there's nothing to worry about?
Nothing to worry about. So good things.
That's good.
If you have any problem at any time, you give me a call, you send an email, and
Thank you, yeah.
And there she is.
Hello, monkey. That is the best feeling ever. It's been so stressful the last couple of weeks, just not knowing. So to hear that's really good. Let's go home. Yeah. Good girl.
The next step for Helena is to discuss the RVC findings with Scott.
Daisy, come on. Yay, let's go home.
So you've seen some of our nicer animals now.
Yeah.
Now I've got something more on the feisty side to show you that needs a quick check over.
Okay. Sounds ominous.
Yeah.
At the Leicestershire Wildlife Hospital, Jack, the birdlife carer, has an unusual patient for Scott to meet.
Wow, so it's a Kestrel.
Yes, it is, yes.
Oh, my goodness. He is an absolute stunner, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very lovely, yeah, but he's quite feisty as well.
Well, I can imagine. They're those birds that when you're driving up motorways in the UK, you always see them sort of stalking their prey, kind of hovering above. You're thinking that vole better run pretty fast.
Yeah, they're the ones that hover, yeah.
So why is he here at the hospital?
So a gentleman just found him out walking his dog kind of just in the middle of a field on the ground, and he wouldn't fly off.
Okay.
So the gentleman brought him into us, and it's now just checking the wings are okay again, and hopefully test flying him if everything's okay.
So I suppose we have to catch him.
Yeah, best get him out.
Yeah. I think you're the experienced one here. I think you should go for it, mate. Yeah.
I'll take one for the team.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. All right, going in. Oh, well done. Well caught. Oh, wow. Hello, mate. Oh, that's perfect, putting that little tail on his head, just like a hood for any raptor, just calms him down. Darkness and peace. Okay. Yeah. Which wing was the one that you think is working?
Right wing that he seemed to
Okay.
use as well.
Wow. This is literally the first time I've ever got to open a Kestrel's wing. It's such a privilege, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not many people get the chance to hold a Kestrel, let alone touch one.
The good news is that I can't feel any fractures, any broken bones anywhere in the wing, which is great and backs up what you guys thought. One thing I can see, however, is that right at the end, this little flight feather here, the primary flight feather, is actually damaged there, and it's a little bit kinked, and I think that was probably sustained maybe with trauma, so the bird's come down as a result of that, and then maybe he's just got out of the habit of flying. Flight feathers are obviously very important to allow a bird to twist and turn in the air, but also to lift off the ground. So for this bird to have a sudden change in the way that its wing works, I would suggest that's the reason why it's come to the ground and then not wanted to fly off again. I just want to have a feel now of his pectoral muscles, his chest muscles, because what sometimes happens in birds when they're not using their wings properly is that one pec will be, well, a little bit flat, and the other one's nice and solid. So I just want to see how they feel here on him. Again, it's good news. His keel bone, the breastbone, isn't particularly sharp. He's got good musculature. He's got a nice muscly chest for a bloke. Yeah. And both of the pecs are equal. So I think that this is an acute injury. I don't think he's had this loss of flight for very long. And I'd hope that just a bit of rest and TLC with you guys should be enough to have him flying again. Obviously, the trial flight is a difficult one. Have you got somewhere we can maybe try and
we
have
an aviary where we can test fly him in and see how he gets along. It's very important that the Kestrel's wings work into 100%. It's essential for its life in the wild that it's fully functional. Without it, it'd be grounded and it won't be able to hunt or survive for food.
All right, little man, let's see what you can do.
Yep.
Hey, look at him go. Hey, that's brilliant.
Yeah, much better than when he originally came in.
This is a healthy bird. He's flying, he's flapping around the cage, he's moving very well. Oh, he's doing great. I mean, he's still flying a little bit off kilter, I think, with that flight feather being damaged, but hopefully he'll get used to that in time and be able to be, more certainly go into a larger aviary, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. So his next step now that he is flying, he will go into one of our aviaries to build up more of his strength, and once he's ready, he'll be released back where he's from. It's a much better result than we ever could have thought. So fingers crossed he won't be with us for too much longer, even though when we're seeing him around.
Next day, Scott is back from Leicestershire and is visiting Helena and Daisy to discuss the Bulldog's diagnosis.
Oh, someone's home. Hello, how are you? Hello, baby girl, how are you? Got some MRI results to discuss, don't we? Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Fingers crossed it's the final sign-off and Daisy hopefully won't be visiting the vets too much more.
The report is all good news, as you know. It's good news. What are you growling for? It's all good news. In that these head tremors are classed as idiopathic, which just means of unknown cause. So, you know, this bobbing, rather than thinking that it's some sort of condition that we should be really concerned about, instead now you can just say it's a very cute little quirk that Daisy's got. One little bit of homework that I'm asking Helena to do with Daisy is to keep a diary, and anytime she sees any of these tremors, these head bobs, to just write it down, how long it went on for, and if Daisy was okay afterwards. And also, I'd like her to just try to interrupt the behaviour, because if she can stop the bobs by getting Daisy's attention, then clearly that is not a seizure and there's nothing to worry about. Maybe we can interrupt it with a tummy rub, because we know how much you love those, don't we? Hey, just don't stop. Just don't stop. It was clear from the outset how much Helena loves Daisy. These girls are bonded. She absolutely adores her. She wants the best for her, and that's why we've gone through this whole process to make sure that these concerning symptoms are nothing to worry about.
Just kiss him to say thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. But we might have to do something about that breath.
Yeah. Oh, bless her. Good girl.
Girl.
Good girl, this way.
In Richmond, Nurse Reagan is bringing Shiloh in to see Scott after the little rescue dog developed a problem with the cysts on her head.
She scratched her head and it made one of them bleed quite badly. So I just want Scott to take a look at it and give his opinion. So I was told that she was bitten by a dog when she was in the shelter, once she'd been rescued over in Romania, and they were just cysts that had come from that dog bite.
Has there been any other symptoms at all? Has she been unwell? Has she had a fever?
No, she's absolutely fine, eating normally, going to the toilet normally. There's no other problems, so
Okay.
it seems like it's just in that area.
Yeah. And did they actually see and treat the dog bite, or are they just guessing that it was?
I had a picture sent of when she did get bitten and her head was really swollen. So clearly they were there right when it happened and they did treat her straight away.
That's good, because one of the problems we see in rescued street dogs in Europe is a condition known as leishmania. You might have heard of leishmania. It's a protozoan disease and it's spread by sandflies. Now, normally in Romania, they don't have a huge amount of beaches or sandflies, so it's not normally a problem, but they have started to see migration of the sandflies and they have seen some cases.
Okay.
It's not great if they get it. Leishmania causes a whole bunch of different clinical symptoms. Mostly it starts as skin lesions, so scabbing lesions around the head or the face, which is why I'm concerned for Shiloh. It can also lead to lameness, it can cause fever, it can cause all sorts of symptoms, but it's a lifelong, debilitating condition that has no cure. And it can have ramifications for the rest of their life. I'm sorry. Yeah. Unfortunately, when I worked in Portugal, I saw a lot of street dogs and they show symptoms like this, and leishmania is very common in Portugal.
Didn't expect that. Just thought we were going to remove the cysts and then she was just going to carry on as normal, but now this has sort of come into the picture. It's sort of thrown me everywhere.
Today, what I think we need to do is to give her an anaesthetic, clip her head,
Yeah.
and have a look at these lesions and see what we can do about them. And then we'll take some bloods. We'll likely send some of the skin lesions off as well to the lab and, well, prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Jess.
Morning. Hello.
So have you met Shiloh before?
I have. Hello, baby. How you doing?
Reagan will be an observer during the surgery, and Nurse Jess will be assisting.
Hello.
Even though it's nerve-wracking because it's my own animal, I'm just really trying to stay positive and keep our fingers crossed.
If it was a dog bite, it must have been a horrific one.
Yeah.
It's incredible sort of what lies beneath the fur. Looking at these lesions, straight away you think, a dog bite? Really? Nodular, sort of dark pigmentation also is something that's a little bit concerning. But what we have to be careful of is as soon as we take some away, we're putting tension on the skin and our eye's just there. Yeah. So what we don't want to do is irreparably change the appearance of your dog's face. No. Okay, so just cutting now, Jess.
Cool.
So what I want to do first is just investigate one of these nodules.
Was that what was underneath the skin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I think I know what this is. I bet you can't guess what's going to be in
What? Don't. What?
here. Look.
Was that what was underneath the skin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I think I know what this is.
In Richmond, Scott has just discovered the reason for the nasty lumps on rescue dog Shiloh's head.
I bet you can't guess what's going to be in here.
What? Don't. What?
Look. It's hair.
Okay. Is this a good thing?
It's a very good thing.
Okay.
So what's happened is during the bite, the hair has been bitten into the wound and then the wound is healed over. So all of these lumps and bumps is hair. Look.
Oh my God.
It's gross cool, that is. That's gross cool. So that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. God, there's so much of it though. That's like a really vast area.
So I'll have to mine into every single bit of it.
The discovery of the hair means Shiloh does not have the potentially fatal disease leishmania.
I can't actually tell you the relief that I feel right now. It's like the best news I could possibly have wanted.
So you can see them, so they're all dotted in. So there's more hair, more hair, more hair, more hair. It's just gross. Hairy little mutant babies all through the dog's head.
But that's made me feel
Look.
a lot better.
Some of those little hairy volcanoes. Now out. There you go. So you can really see them there, Reagan. They're unbelievable. So there's one there, just all the way through, all those black dots. I can feel a big one in there. So if we just cut over that. Ugh.
Oh my God.
Oh, big one.
Oh,
Gross,
that's
huh?
horrible.
This isn't something you see very often at all, and not to this extent. However, disgusting, it's good news, and I can remove it. Happy days.
And we'll zip her up and she'll look like a real rock chick, won't she?
Yeah.
And that, ladies, is that all those nasty little hair volcanoes out of your gorgeous dog's head, and she can wake up.
Baby. Hi, Shiloh. Hello. Hi.
Now the surgery is completed, Shiloh is allowed to recover, and she does that very gently, and now it's time for her to have lots of cuddles and lots of reassurance from loving Reagan.
So while you continue to rest, let's get back to work. We've got a busy day, lots of patients to look after, so that theatre won't scrub itself.
Okay.
Off you go.
Thanks, Scott.
Come on then.
2 days later, Scott is answering another call from the Leicestershire Wildlife Hospital, this time to check up on a swan called Lucky.
So the famous Lucky's in here?
Yeah, he's just in here, yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky came here at just 3 weeks old, when he was found with a shocking crossbow injury to his head.
Lucky was in a terrible state when he came in. It was so traumatic. We weren't too sure whether Lucky would pull through or not. It was really sickening just to think that someone could be so cruel and do that to such an innocent baby animal.
Miraculously, Lucky survived and has been nursed back to health.
When I see animals treated with such cruelty, it angers me to my very core. It just drives home the importance of the wildlife warriors like the people here at the Leicestershire Wildlife Hospital. If it wasn't for them, animals like Lucky that are treated so badly just wouldn't have survived.
Lucky is now a year old, and after spending almost all of his young life in care, he's hopefully recovered well enough to be released. But first, Scott has to give him the all clear.
I must admit, I am not a swan wrangling expert. So can you just give me a little bit of advice on how I should be trying to scoop up young Lucky?
So we'll try and round him up, and then usually if you can get them round, grab the base of their neck, and then we'll keep the wings close to the body so he can't flap.
Okay.
Just watch out for the feet because their claws are quite sharp.
Right, okay, so watch out for feet. I'm assuming the beak.
Yeah, and wings.
And wings.
Yeah.
Wow, it's quite dangerous, this whole swan wrangling malarkey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feeling a little bit nervous. Okay, Lucky, be nice. Oh, my goodness. All right, sweetheart. Wow, okay. Ooh, you are large, aren't you? Ooh, wow. It's stunning, isn't he? And surprisingly, you can't even see a hole.
No, there's a slight indentation in his skin, but with the feathers covering it, you can't see it.
Yeah. Having a look at Lucky's beautiful face and head, you'd never know that he'd been shot with a crossbow through his head, but I can feel the indentation, and you can feel how close it went to his cranium, which is the bony structure around his brain, and a little bit further forward, and this swan wouldn't be here today. That must have missed his cranium by millimetres.
Yeah, it was a millimetre that it missed him his skull by, so yeah, he's very lucky.
Hence the name. Wow, well, I mean, that seems to have healed really well. No problems there whatsoever, and all the feathers are covering in what is that rather impressive dent in his head. But the foot is what you're concerned about, isn't it?
Yes, so it's just this foot.
Oh,
here.
right, I see, here, yeah.
Lucky came in with a slight swelling on his right leg and it's kind of stayed there. It's never really got worse, but it's just something we wanted checked out before he's released to make sure it's not going to hinder him when he's in the wild.
There's that swelling on the right leg, but it's not there on the left. Has he ever been lame?
Not truly lame, no.
Okay. Yeah, because generally if they have bumblefoot, it's quite painful. It's red and it's swollen, and actually the animal's quite uncomfortable, but Lucky's not really batting an eyelid there, are you? Okay. To be honest, there's good flexibility there.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no pain or discomfort. There's no swelling or redness. There's no discharge. Yeah. So, yes, it's definitely different from the other side.
Yeah.
But if it's not causing him any functional problem, I don't see any reason why you can't finally be released.
That's great news.
And he seems to like you a lot, Jack, and you must have developed quite a strong bond over a year, because that must be a long time for any inpatient.
Yeah, he's probably one of the longest patients we've had. So yeah, we've got a bit of a bond, probably more love-hate relationship, but I really like Lucky, but he probably hates the sight of me now after everything he's been through.
It's been a long road to recovery for the young swan, but a clean bill of health means he'll spend a final night at the hospital before being released back into the wild tomorrow.
He's making me nervous right there. You said be careful of the beak, and now I know why.
Yeah.
At least buy me a drink first. Seriously.
The next morning, it's an early start for Scott, Jack and Harriet. And it's Lucky's big day.
You seem a bit emotional today.
Thank you.
You all right?
Yeah.
Your little boy's leaving, flying the nest.
He is indeed flying the nest.
Today's a really exciting day. Lucky the swan, after over a year's worth of rehabilitation here at the Wildlife Hospital, it's time for him to be set free.
Come on then. Should we go and find you a lovely big reservoir to swim in? Yes? Let's go.
Lucky is being released along with another swan that's also been rehabilitated.
There's Lucky. Okay. Come on then. The moment of truth. Hey? Come on. Let's go and see Uncle Lloyd. Hey? He's got a lovely bit of leg jewellery for you. Hey? So here is the man of the hour. This is Lucky.
Let's give him his leg ring. So we've got that unique number.
Yep.
That's going to be Lucky's number now. We squeeze that on, and then hopefully the next time we hear about Lucky, he's doing something good, maybe back breeding and got young again and
that would be incredible.
Well. So
yeah,
here we go. That's all done. So Lucky is ready to start his life again.
Come on then, Lucky. Let's go.
Lucky.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, bless him. It's been a year, so...
Such a long time. Look at that. That's what freedom looks like, hey? Must be an incredible moment for you guys. Oh, you've done such a great job. I'm so proud of you. It's amazing. Oh, bless you. Lucky, say goodbye.
Come on, look, let's get you gone.
He's had a new lease on life because of you. Look how excited he is. Look. Yeah.
Come on, then.
Come on.
Hey?
You're making people cry now.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's let you go and enjoy yourself, shall we? What do you think?
Good luck. Don't get yourself in any trouble.
Yeah, good luck. Watch out for crossbows. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Nope, it's under you. There you go.
Come on then, Lucky Lou.
Off you go, mate.
Oh, step there.
Good luck, buddy. To sort of see them now back into the wild where they belong, you must be chuffed.
This is why you do it.
Yeah.
Feeling's fantastic, but it also feels like your babies have left the nest.
It's an incredible thing that you do for wildlife, because you put all this effort into them and you don't expect anything back. What you expect is to see what we see today, which is them enjoying their freedom.
Yeah, all I really expect is them to be back in the wild where they belong. Yeah. That's what we do it for, so...
You got your wish?
Yeah, definitely. Lucky really is like the true dream story of like why you do this job, and just to see such a sick animal come through with such a horrific injury, to completely turning him round and letting him be released back into the wild is just amazing, and it really is what the job's all about.
It's been such an amazing few days up here in Leicestershire. I've loved working with these incredible wildlife warriors. It's such inspiring work they do, and I'm just really happy to have been a part of it, and I hope I'll be back very soon. So let's just hope that Lucky stays lucky, hey?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hopefully he doesn't come back anytime soon.
Yeah.
In Richmond, a lively patient has arrived at the practice.
Sounds ferocious, Abigail,
She does,
doesn't she? Hello, gorgeous.
Don't be fooled.
Good morning.
Abby has brought in Bella because the 15-week-old golden Cocker Spaniel pup has an injured tail.
Come on, you. Come on, you. Yes, you get that toy. Let's go. Into the consult room. Come on, you. Hey? Come on. She's a bit of a handful.
She is.
She
is. She looks like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. But,
Yes.
she's got a lot of attitude, a lot of character.
So, tell me why you're in today.
So we've just started going on walks since she's had all her jabs.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's very rambunctious, running around, playing. And then when we were coming back, I tripped over her.
Ooh.
And it was only watching her walk around later that I noticed her tail was drooping.
Right.
Whereas normally it's up and wagging.
Okay.
It was sort of hanging, and the second half just sort of drops off.
So normally you kind of get that sort of happy windscreen wiper.
Yes.
And at the moment it's sort of like a sad flower, isn't it?
Yes.
That needs a good water.
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, if it was something that could be fixed now, I didn't want to wait and see what happened. And if then in a week's time they said, oh, well, you know, maybe if we'd seen it sooner, we could have done something.
Yeah. I completely understand. I really do. And I always think it's why babies and puppies are covered in a little bit of extra squidge for those kind of accidents when they happen. It's the insurance policy of nature to get them through being babies.
Yeah.
Abby is a classic new mum. She's incredibly anxious, and she also feels incredibly guilty. She's very, very worried, and I'm hoping today I'll be able to appease her concerns. Let's see your tail, baby girl. Let's see. Oh dear, yes.
It's sad, isn't it?
Very sad looking tail. It's a very good description of it, yeah. Well, let's pop you back up. Come here, baby. Come here, Bella, come. Good girl. Well done. Good girl. All right, so if I get just to hold around the shoulders there, that's it. So a little bit of a cuddle, and I'm just going to have a little feel down her back.
Bella.
I know.
Come on.
Okay, so getting sort of sorer and sorer as we move towards
Come on,
the tip.
Bella. It's all right, Bella. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay, nice little bit, sweetie.
It's all right, Bella.
Nice little bit. It's quite important, all this stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
So, as much as that might be distressing, pain is actually a good thing, okay? Because it shows that she can feel it, all right? If she couldn't feel that and she was being happy as Larry, then we should be gravely concerned that she can feel it, all right? I'm sorry to upset you.
It's okay.
Yeah, these things do happen. Puppies, yeah, they're trouble.
Yeah,
Don't worry, don't worry. Oh, bless you. Right, so what we need to do is to perform an X-ray, obviously, to be able to assess the spine as it goes into the tail and just see, is there anything that we need to correct?
Yeah.
If there isn't anything on the X-ray and it's a neurological issue, then sometimes it can just be that there's a halt in transmission of the senses. It's kind of like if you've got a garden hose and you put your foot on it, the water won't be able to transmit from one end to the other. And once that swelling has gone away, that inflammation reduces, the foot comes off the hose, and now there's transmission of nerve impulses back up to the brain, and Bella wags her tail again. So if that was never to improve, then worst case scenario would be amputation.
Yeah. That's the thing that kills me.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that it will fix itself, or some intervention will right it. It'd just be so sad if she lost it.
Well, let's hope she can keep it.
Yeah, I hope so. Really hope so. It's an agonising wait, but equally I feel we're doing everything that we can.
If you say goodbye to your little girl,
All right, Bella. See you in a minute. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good girl, Bella. Good girl.
See you later, Abby.
See you later. I'm hoping for the best. Yeah, I just want her to be better and not in pain.
Thank you. Thank you. That's my nose.
Look at that. Look at your great big belly. You're so cute.
In Richmond, it's an exciting day for one of Scott's long-time clients, devoted pet owner Claire.
So they're not ready to come out yet.
3-year-old Betty is a rare Sealyham terrier and is expecting her first litter of pups.
You're going to be slowing down even more, carrying all that around. Sealyham Terriers were hugely popular in the 40s and 50s. The royal family had them, loads of Hollywood stars had them.
But in recent years, Sealyham numbers have declined so much, they're now classified as a vulnerable breed.
I can't save the breed in one go, but I can make a contribution, and they are such lovely pets. Oh, you're the lickiest dog on the planet. Aren't you? Yes. Yes. Mwah. It's a shame that more people aren't able to benefit from having one of these lovely dogs in their life.
Claire searched throughout the UK to find a Sealyham dad for Betty's brood.
Betty's puppy daddy is called Hector, lives down in Devon. I took her down there 6 weeks ago after having had all sorts of blood tests to determine the right time to go. And it was pretty much love at first sight. They were very keen on each other. Well, the long and the short of it is they were at it before I'd finished my cup of tea. Come on then, off we go. Go and see Scotty, see what's in your tummy.
With Betty's pregnancy now well advanced, it's time for a visit to Scott to get her checked over, to make sure everything's going to plan.
This way. I'm terrified about her having the puppies, so it's going to be really emotional. Good girl. Go on then. But Betty and I are doing this together. Neither of us have done it before. So yeah, we're learning as we go. I've got the internet and she's got Mother Nature. You see Scott? Let's go.
Oh,
She's stunning.
Oh, you're gorgeous.
Back at
You
his
are
Richmond
so
practice, Scott and Nurse Jess are about to x-ray puppy Bella's tail, which was injured when her owner accidentally tripped over her in the park.
That looks a bit sad.
We need to give you a sedation to keep you still, and then we need to take some x-rays, see what's going on.
Sounds good.
I'm just going to push her against you. Bella's tail could be limp because the spinal cord is irreparably damaged. It's actually severed, so no longer any impulses from the tail going back to the brain, and unfortunately that will lead to amputation. X-ray. That's all looking fine. Thankfully, I can't see any breaks, I can't see any dislocation, so given some time and some anti-inflammatories, I'm hopeful that Bella's little tail will start wagging again.
A firm bandage will help support Bella's tail as it heals.
There we go. One leopard print bandaged tail.
Quite the fashion statement now.
Yeah, let's hope it helps to do the job and this little girl's wagging very soon. Let's wake her up, shall we?
Upstairs, Bella's owner Abby is waiting for news on the fate of her little girl's tail.
Just pacing up and down. Yeah, just worrying.
Hi. Here's your girl. Bella. So she's a bit sleepy at the moment, which is why she's not as enthusiastic as she normally is. There isn't anything to suggest either a dislocation or a fracture, and the tail will be wagging hopefully quite soon.
Wagging properly?
Wagging properly. Oh. I'm hopeful, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Bella.
I think she's going to be just fine.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's absolutely fine.
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant.
Bye, gorgeous.
Come on, Bella. Let's
See you
go.
later.
See you later. Can't wait for it to be right as rain. Bella, heel. Bella, come. Bella, come. Come on then. Let's go.
In Richmond, Claire and her very pregnant pooch Betty are arriving at the practice.
Here we are.
Hello, expecting grandma.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Really good.
Here she is.
Wow, who's been eating all the pies?
Well, I'm hoping that it's, well, I know it's not pies, it's puppies.
You think it's puppies?
I think it's puppies.
All right. Well, come on then, you. Let's waddle on into the consult room, shall we?
Come on then. Let's
Come
go
on.
this way.
Come on, can you fit through the door?
Oh no! Come on! It's all right. Good girl.
Sorry, I'll stop the fat jokes. The last time I saw Claire was quite a surprise. She brought in her Mancoon cat Chip, and I had to investigate a lump in his abdomen. Oh my God, look at that! It's the biggest fur ball I've ever seen in my entire life. But this time round, it's Betty's tummy that's in the spotlight, but I've got a much better idea about what I should be expecting.
She's got a particular way of sitting now, with her back legs wide apart, and her tummy drops down between her legs, and she just looks like, oh.
I remember that with my wife, all three of them, like the pregnant sort of sit, you know, the woman like that.
Yeah, it's exactly like.
And there's always a sigh. Is she doing that?
Yes, she's doing that.
Poor baby. So I'm going to listen to your heart, missus, and then the exciting bit of listening to your baby's hearts.
That is exciting. Good.
Yeah, sounds very good. Obviously, being pregnant puts a lot of strain on a dog's body. So the
everything
heart
is
at the moment
okay.
sounds A-OK and absolutely fine. So I think what we need to do is to perform an ultrasound.
Yep.
And just have a look for healthy puppies with heart beating and just to make sure they're all forming nicely.
We want it all to go nice and smoothly, don't we, Bets?
Yeah. After a full physical exam, I can see that Betty is in perfect physical health. She's in great shape. And now it's the really exciting bit. We find out exactly how many puppies she might have inside her.
Good girlie.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. So this will be a little bit cool. All right, Claire, so that's one of her babies.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow, look,
look at that.
wriggling, did you see?
The rear.
That one's really active. That one's going to be trouble. It's such a special moment for any parent seeing their babies for the very first time.
Oh, is that a yawn?
Yeah. Little yawn. Seeing them wriggling around and almost waving their little paws at Grandma. Claire's ecstatic.
Oh my goodness me! Oh, that's amazing.
Hi, Nana. You look very young.
I can't believe that's all going on in Betty's tummy. I thought I might get a heartbeat. I didn't think you'd be able to actually see their faces and their spines and then the wiggling legs. Oh my God, it was just so amazing.
But you can see there's 1, 2, 3 little bundles of joy. There's one.
Oh.
You got that?
Yeah.
So top
Just like
left.
pop in.
Yeah. And then there's also one top right.
Okay. Is that a different one to the one you saw before?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
But as you can see how closely packed they are.
Yeah, I'm losing count.
Now it's just a waiting game, and I've told Claire she can call me day or night and I'll be there in a heartbeat because I know she'll be worried and I want to be by her side for when the moment comes. Rest now, because you won't be having much rest very soon.
No.
Nor will you.
It's good seeing you, but I wasn't expecting to see you here so soon, right?
A few days later, Bella has unexpectedly been brought back to the clinic to see Scott after re-injuring her droopy tail.
Hey, Nath.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Bella. What are you doing back? Hey, what are you doing back?
Unfortunately, she was playing rough with another dog in the park, which probably wasn't the best idea when you got an injured tail.
Yeah.
I just put something temporary on for the minute.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. Hey, hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
That's horrendous. 2 major tail injuries in less than a week. She has an awful injury. She has what's called a degloving injury. So basically the end of the covering of the tail has literally come off. So it's basically like if she had a finger and you just took this tissue off the finger, you're left with the bones. And that's exactly what that is.
So what are you thinking?
Well, the battle is lost. We're going to have to amputate a tail. Oh, so annoying. I just so wanted that dog to have a tail. But now it's become infected, that skin has died away. All right, well, let's give you some anaesthetic, my sweet, and let's see how much tail we can salvage. So I've made a skin incision just slightly further down the tail than where I'm going to amputate the bones themselves from the column. I've done that just so that I've got something to wrap over the end of the tail. And then I just have to cut through that space between the two vertebrae, cut through the cord, and then close it up. So not too difficult, just a bit sad. Okay. So that's the degloved part of the tail. And then this bit is that floppy bit. So hopefully that's the last bit of tail I need to remove from little Bella. Now I just need to make it look nice. It's a shorter tail, but it's a healthy tail. And I know that she'll go on to make a full recovery. And yes, she'll still be able to wag. That's that. All right, we'll put a little dressing on first and then wake this little girl up, shall we? Poor Abby is just beside herself with concern, but now I'm very happy that I am giving her the peace of mind in knowing that Bella will be just fine, even though she's got a shorter tail. There we go. Well done. I know, it's not nice, is it? Good girl. All right. You don't have to change your name. You're still Bella the Beautiful, aren't you? Once the hair grows back, no one will notice. No, they won't.
Go on, girl. You're doing so well. Go on, well done.
A week after her ultrasound, Sealyham Terrier Betty's labour has started.
I've just seen a foot. I'm scared, and it would be really good to have Scott here. So hopefully he'll be here soon before the first one comes.
But the first puppy isn't waiting for Scott.
That's 2 feet. You've got to squeeze his head out, baby.
I feel I need to pull the puppy out, but I don't know if that's the right thing to do. I do wish Scott was here.
You're doing so well. Keep going, baby. Oh! Good God, that one's got a spot in the middle of his back.
Scott is on the way, but traffic is heavy.
Hi, Claire, you all right?
Hi. First puppy's out apart from the head.
So Claire has called him for some mobile support.
Through underneath her. There we go. Yay, well done. Yes.
Are puppies breathing okay?
No.
If there's any stuff in the mouth, just sort of wipe that away and then give it a good rub on the chest.
Come on, come on, come on.
All right?
I don't know.
Yeah, so rub on the chest quite firmly and have the head facing downward.
That's it, that's it.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, there we go. That was a breath.
All right, are you okay?
Yeah, I think he's okay.
I'm asking if you're okay.
I'm okay, yeah, I'm okay.
All right, I'll be there as soon as I can, okay?
Okay, okay.
All right, all the best.
Bye.
That was incredible and horrifying and terrifying and amazing all at the same time. Oh, it's so exciting. You're a mummy, Betty. Well done.
But Betty has no time to relax.
You're right, Bea. I'm going to start pushing again.
The second puppy is on its way.
Oh, she's pushing so hard. Good girl, Betty. Come on, puppy number 2.
You can really see how much her whole body has to strain as the contraction goes through, and just every muscle is screaming. It really looks terribly violent.
That one is enormous.
This pup is born without a hitch.
Betty, you're doing amazingly. She's a superstar. Look at your two babies. Oh, I'm glad to see you.
It's all right.
They're
The cavalry's
all right, so
here.
yes, exactly.
Don't you worry.
Come in.
Scott has arrived just in time to help the third little Sealyham Terrier into the world.
Come on, Betty.
Just going to give her a bit of a hand.
Whoa.
There we go. There we go. Nice, healthy, big one, that one. Okay, Betty, there you are, honey. And then there were 3.
Seconds later,
What?
puppy number 4.
She just popped out another puppy.
Oh, she did? Wow. That was
I can't
quick
believe
work.
that just happened.
Wow, that was speedy.
She didn't even seem to be having contractions.
No. It's almost
doing
like that.
okay?
The big one's broken the
The dam.
blockage.
No, they're all flooding out.
Yes. Yeah.
But an hour later,
Just absolutely no signs of contraction.
Betty's labour with puppy number 5 has come to a worrying halt.
So how big or small should be the gap?
You hope for every 30 minutes that they're like little buses coming through.
Yes.
But anything longer, then you start tapping your watch.
Okay.
Where's my bus? Where's my puppy?
Where's my puppy, Betty? Where's puppy number 5?
In Richmond, 4 of Betty's pups have arrived, but now labour with her final pup has stopped.
So you've got a decision to make. Either we can stimulate her further or we can use some drugs to do that. So I think we should probably...
I would definitely go for stimulation before drugs.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, lots of encouragement. Up she goes.
Up we go.
Go on, Chubby. Up you go, good girl. So the whole point of this is basically to get that tummy just moving around and to get everything sort of jostling and moving, reminding Betty that she's still pregnant. It's like when the pregnant women get walked up and down the hallway. That's what we're doing right now.
Good girl.
But Betty is clearly exhausted and still not showing any signs of contracting.
She's so tired, she just wants to go to sleep. I'm tired and want to go to sleep as well. It's been a very long day.
Sorry, baby. I know, you're looking all comfortable.
Yeah,
there.
you're looking
Unfortunately, that's
very
the
relaxed.
point, is we have to try and make you a little
too
bit
relaxed.
uncomfortable. Yeah. So either this or some nasty injections.
Yeah.
I can barely feel the puppy. It's right at the end of my index finger, so it's a long way off, and yet Betty is nearly 2 hours from the last puppy, and that's when we start getting to the danger zone.
Scott has no choice but to give Betty an injection of oxytocin to try to stimulate contractions.
Good girl.
So that should work quite quickly. In the next minute or 2, we should see some fairly strong contractions, hopefully. Let's get her up again. Keep pushing. Brave girl, that's it.
Good girl.
That's a good girl. That's great. Oh, pop back in.
We're nearly there.
So just the head is coming into the pelvic canal and then it's just sliding back when she stops. So she just needs to do a couple of good, strong pushes and we are...
Good girl.
No, sweetie. There's a little bit of blood this time around, which is just a bit different from the others. That's it. Good girl. That's it. Come on.
Every single contraction is getting weaker and weaker because she's getting weaker and weaker.
Come on, Betty. I really need this puppy out now. Come on.
I just want this puppy out.
Come on. That's a good girl. That's it. You're doing really well. Come on.
God.
Come on. Come on. Come on. It's a good girl. That's it. With this puppy in the position that it's in now with its head stuck out. Okay, so on the next push, we're just going to try and pull this puppy out, okay? It's making little breaths, trying to breathe, trying to survive, but still well and truly stuck. Come on. Come on, don't give up. This puppy is really compromised, and I'm just really worried that it is not going to come out alive.
Go on, 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 go on. Come on. Push, 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 push.
If you pull it out too hard, you can separate its vertebrae in its neck and kill it. You can break its legs, you can do all sorts of things, so you just can't pull them too hard. So it's so frustrating. Oh no, sweetie, I need one big push from you. Come on. Girl. I know. I'm sorry.
She's a really tough dog. She's a fighter. And she's still fighting to get that puppy out.
Okay, here we go.
Oh!
Okay. So give me that towel really quickly.
Yep.
Just pass me the stethoscope there, please. This puppy needs to breathe very quickly. I don't think that one's gonna make it. Oh my God.
Oh,
hey, there's breath. Okay, we've got a heartbeat.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh my God.
Bloody hell, that one made me sweat.
I really thought you were gone a little pup.
Come on, just give me another one. There we go. You're welcome. Oh my God.
No, I'm never doing this again.
No. No.
No.
This is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep one.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh my God, that was intense. You can go back to your mother. There you go. Have that one. Keep an eye on her. She's trouble. You know? Good girl.
I didn't think that one was going to live. Really didn't think it.
It's been a marathon labour for 3-year-old Betty. But number 5 is the last of her puppies. And now the new mum can finally relax.
Let's just see if the milk bar's open. You got some milk there? Good girl. There we go. Successful evening? Long evening?
Yes.
Pretty
All
cool.
a good outcome.
Yeah, thank goodness, eh?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
What a day. Very long, very exciting, and in parts completely terrifying day. And we did it. We added 5 extra Celium terriers to the world. Betty is so amazing, and I love her even more than I did before.
The joys of birth, eh?
Don't know how people do it regularly.
Well, that's the thing, is that no woman that's given birth ever tells the truth about birth. Because no one would ever do it if they did.
Yeah.
And now we've been through it times 5.
Yes. Oh, well done, Betty.
Yeah. Hello, sweethearts. Hey. Hello. Hey, you might not have much of a tail, but it's definitely still wagging, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Come on then. Shall we go and see Mummy?
Next day, accident-prone puppy Bella is ready to go home after the operation to remove the badly injured part of her tail.
Come on then. Shall we go and see Mum? Come on. That's a good girl. Good girl.
I think I've worn a hole in my floor, just pacing around the house and not knowing what to do with myself. Just worrying so much about her.
Where is she? There she is. Hello.
Oh, Bella. Bella, Bella.
There's your girl.
Oh, Bella. Oh.
So you can have the happy, smiley collared end.
Bella, Bella, Bella.
So no worse for wear, as you can see. And under there, you can feel she still has a very waggy tail. It's just a little bit shorter.
A little bit shorter.
Yeah, but not too bad.
Still the most beautiful, beautiful Bella.
Now the end of Bella's tail is gone. We just have a lovely, healthy, shortened tail. All that guilt can just be put away now. I know that Bella's going to make a full recovery, and hopefully Abby can have a good night's sleep.
Oh, gosh.
So a little bit of time that she'll have the cone of shame on.
Yep.
Just so she leaves it alone.
Yep.
And allows it to heal. And then, fingers crossed, we'll see you back out in the parks of Richmond with a tail that still wags and a happy puppy.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Bella.
Obviously, I was devastated when I saw what had happened. It was hard to get my head around that, but I know that she's not in pain, that she's been looked after, that it'll heal. Yeah, it's just like a wave of relief now.
Oh my gosh.
The joy of puppies, eh?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The stress. Oh, I want to kiss her, but I can't get my head in the cone.
Come on, Bubba. Here we go. Come on then.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi there, Scott.
Hi, Bo. How are you?
She's so excited.
Ah, such a friendly little thing, aren't you, hey?
Scott's next patient is Bo, and owner Tracy says the Staffordshire Bull Terrier is the love of her life.
Bo means the world to me. She does. She's 8 years of age now, and I've had her since like she was a puppy baby to me. You know what I mean? So like, I hope got a good few years ahead as well.
And what's she in for today, Tracy?
She's in here for her eyes. Her eye keeps shutting up and swelling.
Okay.
And we're like very worried that you know, she could go blind.
All right, well, let's go and have a little look at Bo in the consult room, shall we?
All
Hey,
right,
gorgeous.
then.
Come on, then. In you come. That's it. Come on, this way. That's a good girl. So you're mainly concerned about the fact that she's doing this sort of winking and blinking.
Yeah, and plus she does rub it with her paw.
Does she? So,
Yeah, she does. If it gets really bad, she's like that.
right. So she's definitely uncomfortable.
Yeah, very uncomfortable.
Okay. So it just sounds like she's just irritated that
Yeah.
there is something in her eye. It's kind of, you know, when you get that annoying eyelash that
I
gets
know.
in your eye and you're sort of trying to blink it out. It seems like what she's sort of trying to do.
Yeah.
So this eye is a little bit whiter. And this one's quite red,
Yeah, that one's.
quite irritated.
Yeah, that's the one's been irritating.
Her lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, wow, that's incredible. There are some very, very tiny, like it's almost invisible to the naked eye,
yeah.
black hairs that are coming out the eyelid, the rim of the eyelid. So not classic eyelashes. These are actually abnormal hairs that are growing, and they're actually rubbing on her cornea, the protective surface of her eye. So that would be incredibly irritating and painful.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tracy, I'm gonna have to perform surgery on your girl.
Okay.
The only way to correct this is with surgery. Now, I'll either have to try and remove some of the follicles if I can see them, or if I can't, you can't just pluck the hair because the hair will regrow. What you need to do is to actually kill the follicle, the roots of the hair, so that it doesn't grow back. I think the other concern, which we can't gloss over, of course, is her age. Right. Now, she is a healthy girl, but she is 8, and obviously at that point we start seeing more issues with regards to anaesthetic risk, okay? So it is just something that you do need to kind of take into account. What we'll do then is I will take her downstairs and we'll do the anaesthetic and perform the removal of those pesky hairs, hey? But it does mean that you're gonna have to be a little bit brave.
Okay. I'm worried. Of course, I'm very worried because I don't want her to lose her sight. But I know she's in the best hands, so it's going to get done.
All right. You're all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. You love this dog very much,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah, I do, yeah. We'll be all right, won't we?
I think she knows it too, don't you? Hey, have you got your mummy around your little paw? Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That'll calm you down a little bit. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Thank you very much.
Surgery for 8-year-old Staffy Bo is about to get underway.
Hiya.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. Who's this?
This is the world's lickiest dog.
Aww.
Scott will be performing delicate surgery on Bo's eyelid, and vet Phoebe and nurse Gina will be assisting.
She actually has something called ectopic cilla, almost invisible black hairs coming right out of the edge of the eyelid.
Okay.
And they're rubbing on her eye constantly. You know what it's like when you get an eyelash stuck in your eye and you can't get it out, or you get a little bit of sand or grit, and it's so irritating, but at least you have the opportunity
to remove it. For poor Bo, she's lived with these hairs that are rubbing right into her eye, so I do need to remove the ectopic cilia that I found.
All right, should we give you an anaesthetic, baby? Yeah. And she's quite an old girl. She's 8 years old, so we do need to watch her. Okay, sweetie, here we go.
Phoebe, what we're going to do is just place a couple of stay sutures, basically, just so you can help to lift the eyelid sort of up and out, really, and allow me just to see what I need to see. And also because we're using a pen to freeze things, we don't want to freeze her eyes. They're very nice, just as they are, so we don't need to change them at all. Great. Okay, that's really good. It's using this contrast of the white really makes it easier to see. Actually, I think it's 5. You can see just some little ones coming out of the same hole. There's 2 there. 2, 4, 5, and 6, maybe even. I'm going to use this little piece of kit, which is basically a cryosurgery pen. What it does is it actively freezes the cells with little shards of ice, basically. Sort of blows the cells apart. We do freeze, and then we thaw, and then we freeze again. And fingers crossed, what that will do is not only help us remove the hair, but stop it from going back. This procedure really requires a lot of patience and dexterity, but also really good eyesight. You really need to see very clearly what you're freezing. And these hairs are microscopic, so I really do need to focus not only my skills, but also my eyes as well.
Can you see it changing the surface?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, but it works quite deeply. It can work a few millimeters in, so what I'm going to try and do now is just see how easy the hairs come out. I think that might tell us if it's been killed or not. Okay. Did you see that?
Yeah, that came out really easily, didn't it?
Didn't it? Almost like, you know, if hairs get lasered, they sort of get killed. And then that just sort of pulled out very, very easily. There wasn't any tug needed.
No.
Oh, yeah. So that's just falling out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's reassuring.
It is quite reassuring, isn't it? There's 2 there, so that's 5 now. That's, yeah, they're separate, see that? And then, so it was 6 after all. Good, okay. That's great.
Take these out.
Yep. It's a tricky little procedure, but actually really quite rewarding. Hopefully it feels good for you. Hey. Right, let's wake her up. Yeah. This particular surgery, it's one that you can see will make a massive difference to the quality of life of the patient, and that's what it's all about.
It's okay.
Singing like a staffy. Let's put her in bed with her teddy.
You're right. Hello, gorgeous. Hello. You're right. Hey. Oh, you're back to your licky self then. That's good. That's good. Should we go and see Mummy?
Bo has now slept off the anaesthetic after her eye surgery and is ready to go home with owner Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
Hello, Bubba.
There's your little Red Riding Hood back. She's been such an adorable, good girl. Been very vocal, like all staffies tend to be. Haven't you, baby? Eh? Yes. And she's hopefully now discomfort-free. Removed all of those nasty ectopic cilia, those abnormal hairs growing in her eyelids, and used a very cool bit of kit to do it, although I haven't been able to change the licking very much, have I? No. That comes as standard, doesn't it? Yeah.
Hello, darling.
Hey. Oh, you love your mummy, don't you? Hey.
At the moment, the cryosurgery looks like it's a complete success and the eyes look perfect, but we will see some cell death because of that freezing process. So her eyes are likely to get a bit puffy and a bit sore over the coming days, but after about a week, 10 days, her eyes should look perfect and no more hairs irritating her beautiful eyes.
She's going to have swollen eyes tomorrow, yeah?
She will. So her eyes will be a little bit swollen, a little bit puffy, like she had a big night. But given a week or so, things will calm down and she'll be back to her beautiful self, but far more comfortable.
Scott's done a great job. I'm really pleased. She's really happy. I'm happy. I just want to get home, have something to eat and settle down, have a cuddle, and that's it, watch TV.
Bye. Bye, ladies.
Wasn't that good? Eh? Was that good? Was that good? Yeah? All right, then we go home now.
Come on then, in we go.
2 weeks later in Richmond,
Here we go.
some much anticipated visitors.
My God. Aren't they adorable?
And they're getting a warm welcome from practice manager Maz and receptionist Kirsty.
Betty, well done. How clever are you?
They have grown a lot. She's been working hard feeding them.
Claire has brought Betty and her puppies in for their first health check.
I've been coming to this practice for such a long time, and they all feel kind of like extended family, and this is something that's happened not just to me, but to everybody I know here. So it's exciting to bring them in.
With those girlish screams of delight, I knew it could only be one person. How are you, gorgeous?
There is puppy cuddling going on.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Look at you, proud mum, grandma.
Tired mum, grandma.
It's a lovely moment to see Betty and all the puppies happy and well after the, well, quite stressful birth.
Come on then, let's get in.
Come on.
Come on.
So to see them back today, Claire looks much more relaxed and Betty seems happy as well. It's perfect.
At least Betty won't have to go through it again.
No, you're all right, Betty. You don't have to do that again. You've done your bit for the future of the Sealyham Terrier.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done, girl. Hey?
So today is the first time Scott will have seen them since the birth and since he helped Betty to deliver her babies safely.
So just remind me, which one's number one? It was this one, wasn't it?
This is number one, that's number two.
Yeah. This is the one with almost that little panic button on the...
Yes, that is panic button.
The one that you pressed and then called me.
Yes.
In a panic.
Exactly.
Yes.
I was super anxious for about a week. It was just so traumatic.
Wow, 720 grams already.
And he's the smallest. I'm okay now. Betty's into a routine with feeding them. So it's all calm now until they start running around and creating mayhem.
Your eyes are open.
Hello, world.
Why don't we go in order, so have 3 and 4.
Number 3.
I remember you. This was the first one that I got to meet.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Come on.
After examining all the brothers and sisters, I finally get to puppy number 5.
Yeah.
There we are. I'm going to call you Heart Attack. Because you nearly gave us us.
Shit, I know.
Yeah. It's very emotional to see her because it was such a difficult birth. But we got the result, didn't we? And then we've got you.
Yeah, she's presenting no problems at all.
No, that's amazing.
Fighting fit.
Yeah. As a vet, you go through lovely highs like this, but also really deep lows where you lose patience. So in this instance, where I know that my presence made a massive impact, yes, you lose patience, but this one, I saved. You're perfect, aren't you? Yes, you are, which is a miracle.
Get you home and give them another feed. Go fetch.
And 10 weeks after her partial tail amputation, little Bella is back enjoying plays in the park with her owner, Abby.
Drop. Good girl. She's bounced straight back. You wouldn't even know anything had happened. Of course, I'm still traumatised, but she's right as rain.
Sit. Come this way.
And a special friend has arrived for a puppy playdate.
Hello, Abby.
Hello.
Hello, Bella. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good to see you. I'm really well. I just introduced you to Scully.
Hello, Scully.
Little Bella. Today, because of the fact that poor little Bella has lost quite a lot of her puppyhood, being injured and then going through the recovery process, I thought that I'd lend a helping hand to her socialisation by bringing along my little fluff ball, Scully. so nice to see Bella playing. And look at that, a waggy tail.
I know, it hasn't stopped.
Bella's tail looks absolutely great. It's wagging very happily. Hello, baby. I know, I love you too. Yeah. Let me see what you've got. Okay, well, you can chew my ear whilst I have a look at your tail. Yeah, I mean, it's healed beautifully well, hasn't it? Really great. And I could see, as I walked up here, her tail is standing up again. So it's back to attention.
It is, yes.
Yeah, very good. So things are looking up.
Thank goodness.
Her tail and our mood.
Yeah, definitely. No tears today.
No.
I was just beside myself. I don't think I've cried so much. I couldn't even say the word amputate for 3 weeks. Yeah, it was very traumatic for me, more than Bella.
Yeah.
She's recovered.
She's no worse for wear, is she? I mean,
she's right as rain.
Happy, enjoying the park.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to play with your little playmate then? Hey? Yes, I think you should. Now, Scully, can you be gentle? Because I've only got this much tail to play with.
She's just so loving and sweet, and my life has improved immeasurably with her, and she's still absolutely beautiful, and I wouldn't be without her, tail or no tail.
Happy, happy tail.
Yeah.
Mudshoot's a working farm with plenty of animals to keep a vet busy, and today I have been asked to ultrasound some pigs, some Tamworth sows. It's hopeful that they're pregnant, so fingers crossed Farmer Tom will hear the pitter-patter of tiny trotters soon. Hey Tom, how's it going?
How you doing, all right?
Yeah, very well, thanks.
Good to see you.
And you. So are these the potentially pregnant porcine, are they?
Hopefully so, yeah. These are our 2 Tamworth sows, Margot and Mary.
All right, well, to ultrasound them, I'm going to have to get in there. Are they lovely, friendly pigs?
They are very well-mannered pigs, yeah. That's very important for us here.
Yeah, it's not very good if they then eat the guests.
No. We've got some
encouragement.
Some temptation here.
Okay.
It doesn't look very appetising to us, but that's like pig caviar, really.
All right, okay. Mary, Margot, you going to be good for the vets?
Yes. If both the girls are pregnant, it would be fantastic because we haven't had piglets here for nearly 7 years. And it will mean that we've got a fully functioning breeding herd of Tamworth pigs. Now, these pigs, there's only 200 to 300 registered females left in the UK. And if a little place like us in the middle of London can put piglets out in the breeding populations, that's fantastic.
Come around this way.
Here, pigs.
Come on. That's it. It's a lot different when you have kids yourself. I don't remember doing it in a farmyard with a bucket of food being given to my wife.
No.
All right, let's see what she's going to do. Ultrasounding a pig is, not surprisingly probably, quite difficult. In a vet practice, the largest animal you might have is a Great Dane. Well, these pigs are probably 3 times the size of a Great Dane, and finding the piglets within a large animal is very difficult. Good girl. I know. Oh. There we go. What I can see down here is just what looks like 2 little trotters having a swim. Can you see that?
Yep.
That's a leg. So this girl's definitely pregnant.
That's marvellous news. Absolutely brilliant.
So far, so good. Mary is definitely pregnant, and hopefully the same will apply for Margot. So there's one there. So, Tom, very exciting news. This one's also pregnant. So.
That's brilliant. That's it. Well, it's good news that both of them are in pig.
Yeah.
Because it means we've then now got a breeding herd of Tamworth pigs, which is marvellous.
So she's a little bit less along than the other one. I think she's probably going to have a few more weeks on the other one.
It's fantastic news. Both of them are pregnant. One is a little bit more forward than the other, so it gives us a bit of leeway between them giving birth, which is fantastic, you know. Lots of little trotters pattering around the farm, getting into mischief and causing trouble. So, Scott, just before you go, I just wondered if you'd have a look at some rams for us.
Okay.
Getting ready to go to the Royal Berkshire show.
Yeah, sure. Well, from pregnant pigs to sheep on show, why not?
Good ball, Bella.
Later today, elderly Hungarian Vizsla Bella is heading in to see Scott. But first, she's enjoying a quick play with her owner Darcy and children Piper and Tate.
Good girl.
Yes.
Drop it.
She's like a 14-year-old toddler, really. She still behaves like a puppy when people arrive, jumping and barking. Oh, so close.
Recently, Scott made an alarming discovery.
He found a potentially cancerous lump on her back, which grew quite quickly.
Scott sent a sample of the lump for analysis, and the results confirmed his fears that it is a potentially dangerous tumour. The news came as a shock to Darcy and the family.
Bella is such an important part of our family. You know, she sleeps in our bed with us. And the kids absolutely adore her.
You're gonna get a wet face, you know.
Tate is one brave boy letting her lick his face like that, given what her breath smells like.
Oh.
She also has had some problems with her teeth. That's causing her a lot of discomfort. So hopefully Scott's gonna take care of her teeth. She'll have no pain in her mouth, excellent breath, which we're all looking forward to. And this lump will be removed so that we can have her with us as long as possible. Okay, you're gonna be a strong granny today, right?
Yes.
And you're in great hands with Dr. Scott. I think general anesthetic is always a worry, regardless of age, but given how old she is, that's my main concern. I can't imagine this house without her in it. She's my first baby. You're a big, strong girl.
Back at Mudchute Farm in East London, Scott's next two patients are prize rams.
Hi, how you going? I'm Scott.
I'm
Nice
Reece.
to meet you.
I'm Reece.
How you going? And who's this strapping chap here?
His name's called Tree Hill Cameron.
Tree Hill Cameron?
Yeah.
Very posh. So, hello, mate. Very, very handsome boy you are, aren't you? Hey? Now, I notice there's another chap over here.
Yeah.
So, what's this guy's name?
This one's called Steve.
This one's got
Two
the
names.
Tree Hill Cameron.
Yeah.
That's a Steve.
Yeah, that's
there
a
he
Steve.
is.
Reece is one of the Mudchute farmers, and he's hoping his rams are in tip-top condition, ready to compete at the Royal Berkshire Show next week.
I just want to give him a health check, just a check over, make sure he's all good.
Yeah, oh, he's looking amazing.
Yeah.
These two rams are about to take quite a long journey from the centre of London, East London, all the way out to Berkshire. So it's really important that a vet checks them over first to make sure that they are fit to travel. So the most important thing, I think, for travel is to check his legs and feet and to make sure that he's able to withstand the journey. So I'm just going to have a little look at you, mate.
Tree Hill Cameron is a rare breed of ram called a white-faced woodland.
That's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll just swap sides with you.
While Mudchute is all about saving animals in need, it's also been the saviour of some of the workers who care for the animals.
So what was your history with getting into the farm?
Oh, well, basically, I was causing a lot of trouble around my area. And I used to, knock down ginger, throw stones at windows and do basically stuff what shouldn't be done. Yes. And there was my local farm back where I live in Vauxhall, called Vauxhall City Farm. So I was helping out there, volunteering.
Yeah.
And then that's when I got into animals.
Right.
Basically from there. I ain't looked back since.
So animals change your life, eh?
Yes, they did.
Yeah?
Hell of a lot. If it weren't for farming now, I think probably be in prison by now. Just causing a lot of trouble. I would have been in prison by now. But it's changed my life completely, so it means a lot to me.
A reformed Reece now has his heart set on a win at the show.
Okay, Cameron, be a good boy. Wow. Of course, for me as a vet, I need to assess the ram to make sure that he's healthy. But also, it's quite interesting to check the features of the ram that the judge will be looking for in the show ring, such as how impressive his manhood is. Besides being gigantic. They both feel of a similar size. There isn't any lumps or bumps.
Good.
They feel perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really happy with his health. He's an impressive specimen. So I think he's more than healthy to travel to the fair, so...
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Should we tie this guy
Yes.
up and we'll have a quick look at Steve then? All right, Steve. How's it going, mate? Eh? For the next ram I'm about to look at, his name's Steve. Just Steve.
He's a great-looking boy, isn't he?
Yeah, this is my favourite ram.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at you, mate. Oh, I can see the problem back here. I noticed that he has a little bit of discharge at his back end. Reese informs me that he has had some scours, which is basically sheep diarrhea. Have you fed him anything different, anything that he might have got hold of that might be toxic? Or?
No, it's just obviously he's out on the grass.
Steve's scours could be caused by lots of different things. It could be parasites, it could be something toxic that he's eaten, but because he's recently been treated for parasites and he's not unwell, my guess is he's just been eating quite a lot of wet pasture.
Well, I mean, he seems very healthy otherwise, so let's just hope that the hay binds him up.
My treatment plan for Steve is basically just to dry this boy up. We're going to be giving him a lot of dry food in the form of hay only. Hopefully that will just solidify the diarrhea back to normal poos in time for him to travel to the show.
Let's get him on the road to glory.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Show 'em what you're made of, Bella. All right? A big, strong, old girl.
At the Richmond Practice, Scott's now back from Mudchute Farm, and Darcy has arrived with 14-year-old Bella.
She's so shaky and nervous, poor thing.
Good morning, Darcy.
Morning.
Hi, Bella. Well, I don't think I've ever had a more nervous-looking pair.
I know.
At the
We're
practice.
both quite nervous.
Yes. Look at you, you gorgeous old dear. Hey, what are you quivering for? She thinks she might have heard what might be up today.
I think so.
All right, sweetie. Well, do you want to come and see me?
Come on.
Darcy's brought beautiful Bella into the practice today because we are considering an anaesthetic and surgery. Obviously, it's a very nerve-wracking decision, so we have laboured over it, being that Bella is the grand old age of 14 and a half. So, I can see very clearly that those teeth are looking pretty grim in there, aren't they, sweetie? Hey. We've tried to avoid, well, you licking my face because your breast's so disgusting, isn't it? But also an anaesthetic to try and sort them out because of her age. But I think it's something that we need to address.
Yeah.
And then alongside that, other lumps and bumps that we've got, particularly this one back here. So that's a fairly significant lump. Do you feel that that's grown even in recent days?
Possibly. It also might be a bit harder as well.
The lump that's growing on Bella's back, I'm quite concerned about. When I saw it recently, it was much smaller, much softer, and in the space of just a few days and weeks, it's become much larger and harder. Well, the sample that we did came up with something called spindle cells, and they can be associated with some not very nice types of tumours. If this spindle cell tumour turns out to be graded as a fibrosarcoma, that's really bad news. They're very malignant. They spread locally, but also can spread to other parts of the body. So it does make me quite worried about Bella's future. That is a decent-sized lump as it is, and to remove it, we're going to have quite a large margin to remove it completely. And then alongside that, I feel like it would be remiss of me not to approach the mouth, even though it's not ideal, because we like to tend to do sterile and non-sterile surgeries separately, but we just don't have that privilege with her because she's an old girl. The anaesthetic is more risky than anything else, and that's the bit that we're concerned about, and that's why together we just haven't gone down that road. But she is strong and she's healthy, and it feels like we're at crunch time. Do you feel the same?
I do. And the longer we can have her with us, the better. So if this is going to make her quality of life better, I think that's what we need to do. Okay. Be a good, strong girl for me, okay? All right? Everybody's going to be waiting for you at home, all right? You be a good girl. It's very hard to leave her. She's my baby, but I know that Scott's going to absolutely look after her. I'm just going to be waiting next to my phone for the call when she's out of surgery and safe. Okay, bye, Grandma. See you later. You're in good hands with Dr. Scott. I know it. Okay, I'm going now.
Bye, Darcy. Bye.
Come on.
Go on,
Good
then.
boy.
What's this?
In a nearby park in Richmond, another one of Scott's patients, 5-month-old Vince, is struggling to enjoy playtime with his owners.
Come on. Good boy. Come on.
Vince is Karina and Gaz's first pet, but they're extremely worried.
Come on. Good boy.
The little French Bulldog isn't thriving or behaving like an energetic young pup.
Vince doesn't have those puppy-like mannerisms. He's very, very lethargic. Come on. What's this? We struggle to take him out for walks, and
He's like a little old man, really.
He means the absolute world. And people say that when you don't have a dog, they say, you know, your life will change, and it's that unconditional love. You've had this little puppy for 5 months. Out of my whole life, just 5 months. Nobody can explain to you how much you love your dog until you actually have one.
It's part of the family, isn't he?
Yeah.
Karina and Gaz are so concerned about Vince's lethargic behaviour, they've booked him in for an appointment with Scott.
It's our number one priority at the moment, you know, to get him better and...
Yeah. So we think it's time to go and sort the little man out. We can't imagine life without him, can we?
No. Not at all.
Such a quivery girl, aren't you? Oh, dear.
You don't need to worry, little one.
She's so sweet.
It's time for elderly Bella's surgery.
No, she's so scared.
And Scott has assembled a full team to assist, including vet Phoebe and nurses Reagan and Nathan.
Okay, so team, bit of a nervous one for us all today. We all know Bella, an anaesthetic on a dog of this age, is not something we do lightly, is it? So we just need to make sure that we have kind of thought through all the possible complications, okay, make sure that we're all of one mind and we get the outcome, which is that she wakes up from the anaesthetic absolutely fine with gleaming white teeth and no longer any lump on her back, all right? It really is a catch-22 with Bella today because I found and am concerned about the possibility of her having cancer, but to remove the cancer means that I need to potentially put her life at risk. Okay, so everyone ready?
Yeah.
Deep breaths, everyone, especially you. Consistent breathing, heart beating, good girl. Heartbeat okay?
Yeah, heart's fine.
After a few minutes, we can see that Bella's breathing is fairly regular and her colour is good. It is the moment when we can start feeling a bit more confident about things and we can move forward with the procedures. I'm just going to take this little one off as well. Just let's not leave anything to chance. There's another little tumour which I'm not so worried about, but at the same time I think, you know what, let's not leave any questions or any stones unturned. Okay, everyone happy? You all right, Nathan?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Removing this tumour, we need to take quite large margins because certain types of malignant tumours will spread into the surrounding areas. So to get this tumour out completely, I need to take a 3 centimetre margin all the way around. So what seems like a quite small lump ends up being quite a large hole that we need to make. It's pretty deep. There we have it.
There we go.
So we'll have a look at it later, but it's right in there. Is that lump? You can see it moving around in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to move northwards.
Scott wants Bella under anaesthetic for as short a time as possible, so he moves quickly onto the second, smaller lump.
Yeah, so that's a very different animal. That's very superficial. You can see it's just underneath the skin, so it's quite a bit different to the other one. Okay, so we'll send it off as well, just to make sure.
Yeah.
It still could be just the early stages, so definitely worth taking out.
Yeah.
A lot of the time when you're performing surgery, you're so focused on what you're doing that the time can fly. In Bella's case, I feel like I have this internal clock just ticking and ticking and ticking. So as soon as I've finished with removing the lumps, it's straight out into the prep room to tackle Bella's horrendous mouth. Wow, they're grim, look at that.
There's not much tooth surface, is there?
That's not covered in brown grossness. Yuck. What I'm doing today is a little bit unorthodox. If Bella was a much younger dog, then I'd definitely be doing her teeth as a separate surgery to minimise the chances of cross-infection. But Bella's an old girl, she can't cope with that many anaesthetics, so we just need to do it all on the same day. The tartar around them is awful.
Are you glad you're wearing gloves?
Yeah, just wish I didn't have a sense of smell. Her mouth is basically the worst, dirtiest toilet bowl you've ever seen. It's full of bacteria, and she's consuming mouthfuls and mouthfuls of that every single day. So doing her teeth means that the bacteria goes away and Bella will be a much healthier dog afterwards.
I can just see a little pocket of infection behind this tooth. The good news is, though, that there doesn't actually seem to be any cracks in the teeth, so I'm hoping it might just be a case of if I remove all of that tartar and give it all a good flush and a clean, it might sort the problem out without having to remove major teeth, which is very good.
But Bella's teeth are so bad, it's a painstaking process to clean them. And the elderly dog has now been under anaesthetic for around 2 hours.
Nath, how's the anaesthetic going?
Surprisingly really well, but I don't want to speak too soon.
Fair enough, fair enough. That's it. So her breath is immediately better and removed 2 potentially cancerous lumps, so we've done well. So let's wake this girl up, shall we? This is a dangerous moment for a dog waking up because you're bringing them out of the maintenance of anaesthetic. So it's where the heart and the lungs need to change, and there's lots of physiological changes associated with being woken up. And sometimes that can react badly with the anaesthetic and you can have issues. You've still got the adrenaline in your pocket, haven't you?
Yeah.
Come on then. Bella. Bella. Heart rate's raising now, so. I'm just listening to Bella's heart just to make sure that it's beating strongly, and now I can hear it starting to speed up. So that means she's starting to find some consciousness and we can both relax. As I hear Bella's heart rate speed up, I'm pleasantly assured that things are going well, and she starts to recover really quite quickly for an old girl. She seems pretty happy and I'm very relieved. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, but that mouth feels nice.
Bella will sleep off the anaesthetic before going home later today.
Well done. All right, you sleep it off. Yeah? I'll call your mummy.
Come on, mate. Little cutie.
In Hatfield, north of London, little 5-month-old Vince is so unwell that Scott has referred him directly to the Royal Veterinary College for testing.
Not too sure at the moment kind of what's going on.
It'll be fine.
We're really worried, but hopefully we'll be able to get to the bottom of it today.
Hi, Rebecca.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Karina. And this must be Vince.
Say hello.
Hello.
Dr. Rebecca Geddes will be investigating Vince's case.
Hello. Should we go through to a consult room?
Come on in.
What is your main concern about Vince at the moment? What's the reason that you've come here today?
I think it's probably his weight. Like, he's obviously very skinny at the back. He's not putting any weight on.
Yeah. It's also his temperament. Obviously he's only 5 months, so he doesn't have that kind of excitable energy that most puppies have. A lot of people have stopped us and asked if he's an older dog.
He sleeps a lot, like a hell of a lot.
When we see puppies like this who aren't growing normally, we sometimes call that failure to thrive. There are a lot of different possible reasons for that. Some of them are hormonal problems and can be anything as varied as an internal organ that isn't working very well, through to being born with a problem where the metabolism doesn't work. So there's really a lot of possibilities on the table. Where I would suggest we start is with some blood tests. And then I think also doing some imaging would be a good idea. And then it'll be a case of putting all of those results together to decide where to move next with his investigation.
Perfect, thank you.
If you just give it one little last hug for now, and I'll pop him through.
I want to get lipstick on you.
It's not, darling. It'll be fine.
I think it's just the unknown of it is... I just wish I knew instantly
Yeah.
so that we could just make him all better.
Good boy. Well done, Vince. Good boy. You were so good. Well done.
Just giving him some sedation. What we're going to do is essentially take a 3D X-ray of Vince, pretty much going to do the whole of Vince, just to see if we can find anything that might be contributing to him not putting weight on very well.
So this is Vince's CT, and his tongue in here is really, really, really big.
Oh, okay.
So this is quite enlarged. And also his joints from his jaw, basically, they're angled in a very strange orientation. And then there's another little finding on the very back of the dog. So here in his muscles, in the thigh, very back,
Yep.
there's some area that is a little bit mineralized. And there may also be muscle that is affected. So he probably has something wrong with his musculature, but in general, not just in his head, but throughout the whole body.
So we've got thickening of the tongue and thickening of the diaphragm and some other muscle changes. So what we want to do next is investigate the muscles further by doing what we call an EMG, where we'll look at the electrical activity in the muscles. A normal muscle should just, at rest, be silent. We should have a nice flat line, but instead we're seeing a lot of kind of up and down, and you hear that really loud kind of aeroplane sound. That is completely abnormal and tells me that we've probably got a serious muscle problem going on. Hi, Karina, do you want to come through? So I've had Vince looked at by a number of different people. Neurology have been having a look at him, and we've got some blood test results and the results of the CT scan.
Yeah.
When we look through his body, there are some changes that we can find. So there's a muscle in his back leg that's got a little bit of mineralization, a bit of a change in the muscle.
Yeah.
From his blood test, there's also something called CK that we can measure that is like an enzyme that comes from the muscle.
Right.
And his CK is really, really high. Normal is up to about 400. His is 37,000. So it's massively elevated, and that's another sign to me that his muscles aren't working as we would expect them to. It does make me worried that we might have something more like muscular dystrophy or something like that going on.
Right.
Something like that would be really quite a devastating diagnosis for him, because it may be something that we couldn't do anything about for him. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
But this is something really uncommon, really rare.
Does that mean a shorter life? Most probably. Okay.
A much shorter life. Yeah.
Vince will be kept at the RVC overnight for further testing, and then Karina plans to visit Scott to discuss the final diagnosis.
We could be looking at a condition that will be life-limiting and that won't give Vince a good quality of life.
Hey, you've woken up very well, haven't you? Yeah? Ready to go home?
At the Richmond clinic, Bella has recovered from her anaesthetic, and a very relieved Scott is looking forward to reuniting the old dog with her family.
Go home soon? Yeah. Yeah. Go and see the kids, yeah?
Upstairs, Mum Darcy, Piper and Tate are waiting to see the much-loved member of the family.
I've been missing her so much today.
I've been very worried, as a mom usually is, when their children are in surgery. I got the call around 2:30 that she was out of surgery and safe, and then my day was much better from there.
Come on. Who's this? Who's this?
Hello, little girl. Oh, my word. Hello.
So it's very bright and happy considering, which is really, really great.
What a good girl.
Now you can see those big dressings, so what lies beneath might be a little bit shocking, okay? So you have to help Mum look after her, all right? It's fantastic to be able to discharge Bella back to her loving owners. She is a very old girl. It was a very risky anaesthetic. It was a major surgery, so it's a huge relief for me to be able to send her home. Let me just show you her new pearly white teeth.
Oh, my word. Look at those. Those do not look like a 14-year-old dog's teeth.
Look at that.
Those are amazing.
Yes. Hey, do you want to check her breath for me?
check her
You're the breath tester. Better? Yeah. Yeah? It doesn't
Good.
taste like garbage? Good. But obviously over the next few days, what we're waiting for is the results from the lab, from the lump. Okay. So that's the worry that's still out there. When we get the result, we'll obviously let you know. And hopefully, if it is cancer, we've got all of it.
Fingers crossed.
Exactly. Unfortunately, there is still quite a dark cloud hanging over the family until we get the results back from the lab to confirm what grade of malignancy these tumours are or if they've spread anywhere else.
Thank you, Scott, for looking after her.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Hey, I think you're quite ready to go home, aren't you, my love? Hey, all right. Well, you guys go. Give her lots of love, all right? And I'll be in touch when I've got the results.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Scott.
Bye, kids. See you later, monkey. Okay,
Come on,
remember
lady.
to brush those teeth, yours and the dog's. Yeah? Bye, Darcy.
Thank you, Scott.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you.
A week after the visit to the RVC with her beloved pup Vince,
Hello.
Karina is back to see Scott. Sadly, tests confirmed Vince has an incurable muscle condition.
Scott's downstairs if you want to go straight down.
Vince is suffering with a condition akin to muscular dystrophy in people, which is basically where all of his muscles are wasting away. They are becoming mineralized, so they become hard, and they lose their function. So his tongue is solid, his swallowing muscles are weak, his muscles across his whole delicate frame are just wasting away in front of us. So it is not something that you want to find, and when you do, there's not much that we can do about it. To see that in a puppy that's 6 months old is heartbreaking. You know, our hearts are all broken for you guys because I just don't know how this must feel, you know. How are you guys going?
He's still our little man, so we just love him no matter what. We have seen a big difference. Very lethargic a lot of the time. Yeah.
It isn't normal, and he has lost his spark. This is just not a disease that we diagnose in dogs regularly. It's a highly irregular, very rare condition. And in all honesty, I've never seen it in the full 20 years that I've been a vet. A time will come where you and Gaz and I feel that he's not enjoying himself and his quality of life deteriorates.
Yeah.
And he deteriorates to a point where not being able to get up, not being able to enjoy your company, not being able to go to the toilet with dignity, you know, just not enjoying life.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it is going to be weeks, I think.
Okay.
No. He's just such a baby.
You little man.
So all we can do is just make him feel so loved.
Sadly, just days later, Vince lost his brave battle.
Vince was a heartbreaking case. To be diagnosed with muscular dystrophy, a wasting disease in such a young puppy. And, you know, Karina and Gaz are so brave and so wonderful, and, you know, you could see their hearts breaking and there's nothing you can do. So it's, yeah, just a really hard one to get over, really. Yeah, very difficult. One of the hardest in my career.
Sit. Stay. Stay.
A week after surgery to remove a large tumour from her back, elderly dog Bella is full of beans.
Good girl. Sit. Good girl.
It was terrible for the first 5 days. She literally couldn't sleep. She couldn't lay down.
Good girl.
But amazingly, she has come back to her active puppy-like self. I'm really thankful.
Yes, that's a good girl.
During surgery, Scott also carried out a much-needed teeth clean, and the old dog's breath has improved dramatically.
It smells better, doesn't it?
The licking used to smell like rotten potatoes and poo, so it was very disgusting.
You're next.
And now it smells like cream and fresh strawberries.
Have you had enough?
No. I like it.
Scott is now making a home visit to deliver the pathology results from the tumour.
Hey, Darcy.
Well, hello, Scott. How are you?
Good.
I hope you are the bearer of good news.
Yes, well, we need to go inside and chat about that. And the lady of the hour, hello, baby.
Say hello to Dr. Scott and thank you.
Well,
all right, follow
let's
me.
keep the
Come
thanks
on in.
until we talk.
Yeah,
eh?
I guess that's true.
So first things first, the pathology results. So we knew that it was a tumour that we should be concerned about. That's why we went through the whole process. But thankfully, it's come back as a grade 1 sarcoma, okay, which is basically the lowest malignancy possible. So for Bella to have cancer, this is a good one to have because it's very unlikely to have spread. And although I had to take a lot of Bella away, I've got the result that I was after, which means complete cure.
That's amazing news. It makes me think that all of it was worth it, because I have to say, Scott, when I picked her up and I saw it was under the bandages, I was a little worried.
Yep. Yeah.
But it makes it all worth it. I'm so thankful. Thank you for giving us more years with our sweet girl.
You're so welcome. It took a huge amount of bravery to put an old girl like her through this procedure, but we've done it, we've got the result we're looking for, and hopefully Bella will live a long way into the future. So how are you getting on with maintaining her beautiful, shiny white teeth?
Well, to be honest, I think we could use a bit of help.
Okay.
And I thought since you're here,
sure,
maybe you could give us some pointers.
More than happy. Hey, can we brush your teeth? All right, so if you just hold her there.
Come here, lady.
Just put a little bit on. Okay, so definitely a two-person job. The difficulty is just kind of holding your head, but once you've got a head in position, you just want to pressure from brush to the other hand. So brushing away, so top arcade and then bottom.
Well, she's doing really well for you. You're obviously better at this than I am.
Well, you know, a little bit of experience, just a bit. And luckily, it's chicken-flavoured toothpaste, so they tend to quite like it. It's a really great result. I'm really happy because not only have I fixed the top in that there's no more bacteria and smelly breath, but I fixed the back as well. So top and tail, perfect. Good smelling breath, hey? And a healed bottom. Yes, and a kiss. And a kiss that I don't even mind either. Hey? It's far better than before, missus. Oh, see, I won't say no to that kind of kiss now. That smells far better. Yes, it does. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sweetheart. Good girl.
Over at Mudchute Farm, there's good news for one of Scott's expectant mums.
Is that all right? Is that good? Hey, is that good? What are them little piglets doing? They're little piglets.
2 strong, healthy piglets growing very fast is amazing. You know, this first time there's been piglets here at the farm for nearly 8 years, so it's a fantastic thing to have happen. Little pig. Yes, we would have liked more, but the fact that we've got 2 healthy piglets, a boy and a girl, is absolutely amazing. So these 2 Tamworth piglets are the start of our contribution to their conservation.
Look at you, lovely little piglets.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2017 Royal County Berkshire Show.
And at the annual Royal County Berkshire Show, Scott has arrived for a final checkup on one of his patients.
Morning, Reese. How's it going? Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Hello, Steve. How are you, mate? How's that runny bum of yours?
Reese has brought several of his rams and ewes from Mudchute Farm to compete at the show.
Reese has asked me to come along today to check over his sheep, particularly Steve, and make sure he's okay and ready for the ring. Hey, let me just have a look at your back end, my friend. See, oh yeah, that's much better, isn't it?
It's not as runny as it was.
And I can see there poo on the floor, much more formed, isn't it? So
yes.
That's good.
Yes, it's got a lot stronger.
Great, that all hay diet's done the trick, eh?
Yes, definitely.
Bound him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Steve's had a little bit of the runs, and we wondered if maybe it was a little bit of nerves, but I actually think he probably was fed something a little bit different at the farm. Sometimes they have visitors that feed them things that they shouldn't. He's got a bit of an upset stomach, but now having an all hay diet has dried him up and he's ready to go. So obviously you are looking suited and booted, sir, ready to go for the big event.
Yes.
What is involved with sorting out this guy for the ring?
Basically, what we're doing now is just giving his face a tidy up. Obviously, we clear all the crust out of his eyes.
Yeah. Now I've given Steve the all clear and he is perfectly healthy and ready for the ring. We need to get him show ready. So it does mean a little bit of ram personal grooming, which requires oiling of his face, giving him a brush down, basically making him look beautiful. All right, good luck, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Watching Reese and Steve step out onto that stage, everyone's feeling quite nervous, but I'm sure they're going to go well. They've got such a great bond and they look fantastic.
Bit nervous. Always am though when it's our first show, so fingers crossed.
When I'm judging, I'm looking for a good structured sheep with a good straight back, stood on 4 legs, a nice head, in case of a ram, a strong head. The mouth needs to be good, the teeth need to be good. The wool's got to be a nice sort of texture to it, not too loose and fluffy. Obviously, the ram has got to have 2 decent testicles, matching, and basically how they walk, really.
Watching Reese and Steve from the sideline, I can see that the judge is eyeing them both up very well. There's some incredible animals in the ring.
Thank you very much, Mike. Bottom end of the ring.
And Reese and Steve do such a great job.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
They get a 3rd place, which is just an amazing result for them. Well done.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Yes, 3rd. Good job, Steve. Hey? They loved your work. Well done, mate. Very good. Oh, that's awesome. Good effort.
Thank you. But me and Steve did really well today. We got a 3rd place, so we done quite well against big classes. So really proud of him. So they're all clean.
Yeah, looking good. Yeah, you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. It was a good thing that Scotty did come today because I was short of hands, so I needed someone to show one of the ewes for me as well. Do you mind helping me take one in and show one?
Yeah, I'd love to, but I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
Oh, I'll show you how it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, hopefully it's just as simple as grab a rope and walk.
Sort of.
Okay.
Sort of.
Great.
Come on then, girls.
Then turn it around. That's it. And just hold underneath the chin. That's it, like that, yeah.
It's quite nerve-wracking, actually, because, you know, this is a really important moment for all of these farmers. If the sheep place well, it increases the value of the flock, and that really helps the farmers. So, yeah, it is a very important moment for all of them.
Come here, come on then. Yep. That's it, that's it.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've never shown a sheep before and didn't really know what to do. I walked the sheep like a bit of a lump, and I had to then push the legs in to be straight. I had to lift the head up. I had to sort of move around and then sort of look at the judge at the same time. It was very confusing. I didn't do a very good job. And I wasn't wearing the right clothing. No lab coat. Felt naked. I think I've just come last.
At least I beat you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
So, my illustrious show ring career has ended with a last place. I don't think I've got a new career ahead. Yeah, and Reese beat me as well, which I'm really annoyed about. Right, let's steal it. Let's steal it. Okay. Right, run, run.
Come on then. Let's see what's wrong with you.
At the Richmond Practice, Sophie and her daughters Tess and Rose are arriving with their two dogs, Bonnie and Heidi.
Hello, Sophie.
Hello, how are you? Is this Branston?
This is Branston.
Hello. I haven't seen you for a while.
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
You're a big chap. I've never done anything so terrifying in my life.
Last year, after a tough labour, Sophie's dog Bonnie gave birth to 6 pups.
Ems, how's it going out there?
6 breathing puppies.
Hey, good job. Well done.
It was a tense time, actually. Although I'm smiling now, we weren't smiling at the time. I was scared. Hello.
Good to see you.
And to be back now, and just a year later, quite strange.
Hello, there's a little partial family reunion. White fluffy dogs have infested the vet. Hey, hello, sweetie.
Sophie's family kept 1 pup, Heidi, while practice manager Maz took Branston, and Scott adopted a little girl, Scully.
Hey, and Mum's down there as well. Hello, Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie's here.
Hello, sweetheart. Here she is.
Bonnie.
Hello,
But
gorgeous.
reunions aside,
You excited
this
to see your
isn't a
son?
social call.
So what are you guys in for today?
Well, Heidi's leg. When she's running along, she's not running properly, and her back leg, she's kind of holding it up.
Right.
And it's been getting a bit worse.
Okay, why don't we put all the dogs down just to have a little play, and then I can just watch her running around. Here we go. Have a little play, and let's just see. Oh, straight away there was that hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it's doing a bunny hop with both legs and definitely lifting up that left leg.
Yeah. We call her Hoppity now, which is a bit sad. Hop along, Heidi.
Watching Heidi playing on the floor, very quickly I could see there's a problem. She's bunny hopping, both legs pushing off at the same time, but also then she starts actually lifting the leg completely off the floor. This is not normal behaviour for a young puppy, and clearly there is a problem. Well, I think you're right to be worried, because it's certainly far from normal of a 1-year-old puppy. Come on then, let's go. Hey?
Come on, Heidi, let's go. It won't be too bad.
Fluffy white dogs, this way.
I'm a bit anxious that it might be something a bit more serious, so it would be really nice to get to the bottom of it.
All right, so let's have a little feel. You're going to give her a lovely cuddle and a kiss, yes, because this might hurt. Okay, so I'm just going to extend her hips first. All right, so we'll just start with the right leg. You can see, oh, that's nice. Coming back, nice little ballerina step there. Good girl, well done. All right, let's see. Oh, sweetie. Yeah, so that's literally as far as I can get it. You can see the difference. So that's that one, all right?
Yeah.
You can see that, and then this is this one.
Oh my gosh, yes. That's a big difference. Yeah.
Massive difference.
So when they run, that leg would normally go right back.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's a lack of flexibility in this hip joint that's the problem, and you're panting a little bit, so clearly you're being very brave, but it does hurt a bit, doesn't it?
She is so brave.
There's lots of possible causes for lameness in a little dog. They can have tripped over and maybe strained something. They can have had a small break, perhaps. And even things like hip dysplasia, maybe a little bit of arthritis has set in. All of those things would be quite surprising in such a light, young dog, but we do need to look into them. And the best way to do that is with x-rays.
All right, say goodbye. Goodbye, Heidi.
Say bye to her. It's a sad thing to think that she might need serious treatment for something wrong. And I'm also worried that it could be something like cancer or something that we can't do anything about, which would be absolutely devastating.
So grab a seat outside. I'll take you downstairs, and once I've got the x-rays, I'll bring you down and we'll have a look at them together.
Okay.
Okay? Right.
Good luck when you go.
Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, oh, you're nice.
Poor little mites, they're trying to hide.
Oh. Could you get the door for me?
Yeah, I'll do the door.
At the Isleworth Clinic, Mary and Sue have brought in 2 rescue kittens that need urgent attention.
Hello.
Hiya.
We have an appointment in the name of Guardian Angels Animal Support for these 2 kittens.
Yeah, to see Phoebe.
Yes, please.
Oh, they're so cute, aren't they?
They're particularly beautiful, sweet little girls, and they are such a little pair. They look so cute together. I mean, all kittens are cute, but your heart just melts when you see these 2 little ones.
Yeah, Phoebe shouldn't be too long, so if you don't mind just taking a seat.
Okay,
very
thank you.
much.
Thank you.
We got a call from a member of the public who was looking online, actually, for a scratching post. She came across a site where a lot of animals were being sold. She saw the pictures of these 2 kittens and realised that they had something wrong with their eyes.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Phoebe. Nice to meet you.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
Are you the
I'm
guardian
Mary.
angels?
Yes, we're guardian
Hello, my
angels.
name's
This is
Hello.
Mary. And we'd like you to take a look at these little people for us, please.
They're so beautiful. Oh, look at their little faces. Right, would you like to bring them through?
Yes, please. Thank you.
It's great that we can help out charities that work in the local area and they're able to give the right veterinary treatment to these animals along with our help and then find them loving homes. So who am I looking at here?
That's Tabitha.
So the right one looks normal, but the left one, you can see the 3rd eyelid coming across. It's quite evident as soon as you look at one of her eyes that there's something wrong there. It looks like the conjunctiva, which is the membrane at the side of the eye, is sort of across the cornea in a way that it shouldn't be. And I think she's got a condition called symblepharon, which is when part of the eye which shouldn't stick to another part of the eye. And it can be congenital, so they can be born with it.
She would have been born with it, probably.
Or it can be associated with herpes virus, which is cat flu, which is really common in strays because they're obviously not vaccinated against it. A little bit concerning, but I'm hoping that we can do something for her. Right, let's have a look at the other one as well then.
Wriggle Piggle.
Wriggle Piggle?
Take the table with you.
Who's this one then?
And this is Tamsin.
Hey, Tamsin. Good girl. Oh, so she's got the same condition, and hers is worse. We can definitely do surgery on the eye, just to cut the membranes and allow more mobility.
Fingers crossed the surgery will fix that, which seems like quite a daunting thing to do to 2 little kittens, but hopefully it will be for the best.
To give her the best chance of a loving forever home, it would be a good thing to try because if it is a congenital problem and we do surgery, then we could cure it.
That's wonderful news, the fact that something can be done for them.
Yeah. It's not something I've seen before in young kittens. It's really, really rare. So I think I'm going to refer it to Scott for him to have a closer look as well. And hopefully we'll be able to do surgery for these little guys.
Thank you very much for your time. That's lovely.
It's lovely to meet them.
Excuse me, this away, please. This away.
So, who do you think this is related to?
It's Brenny and Scully, isn't it?
Yep. Apples don't fall far from the tree, do they?
that face.
Yes. You look so much like your sister.
Later that day at the Richmond Practice, Scott is about to perform an X-ray on 1-year-old poodle cross Heidi, who's having trouble with her left hind leg.
If you have a feel, Phoebe, you'll see. Feel it right in her left leg. And feel the musculature
Yeah,
on the left is...
there's almost no muscle on the left at all, is there?
No.
Nurse Nathan and vet Phoebe will be assisting Scott with Heidi's X-rays.
Good girl. Funny noise. Brave girl. I'm really hoping that there's nothing too serious going on with Heidi today, but my gut feeling is there is.
She's reacting.
Oh, it's really grinding, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you have any suspicions at all?
Hip dysplasia is possible, but she's not really the right breed. And then there's a couple of degenerative diseases which this breed is prone to. Let's take X-rays and hold worry, shall we? Good girl, let's go. She is clearly uncomfortable. She's walking very strangely. And there's just a few things that I know of that can affect little white fluffy dogs like Heidi. And I have a sneaking suspicion that she may be suffering with one of those. Oh dear. Hiya.
Hi.
Hi. Right.
Wow.
So this is your little girl's pelvis, her hips, okay?
You can see they're different.
Yes.
In Richmond, Sophie's dog Heidi has been X-rayed to help find the cause of her limp.
What you can see there is that the left hip, the femoral head, the ball at the top of the thigh bone, is mottled compared to the right-hand side. So my suspicion is that Heidi is developing something called leg-calf-Perthes disease, which is a congenitally inherited condition. And what it leads to is basically the blood supply to that femoral head, that ball, isn't very good. And so it slowly over time breaks down. With that breakdown comes inflammation, and it comes with discomfort. So then she starts lifting the leg up. And also we're seeing the arthritic changes as a result of all of that degeneration.
I see.
And you would never expect to look at a dog of Heidi's age and think that that's her hip. That's the hip of a 10-year-old dog in discomfort, not a 1-year-old dog that's hopping around relatively comfortably.
I knew it couldn't be perfectly normal that she was walking that way, but it's really shocking to look at an X-ray and see one side is totally different than the other side. And she's just a baby. It's just awful.
We need to do surgery on your little girl, I'm afraid. And it's not a very nice surgery. We need to actually remove this femoral head. By taking away the femoral head and neck, she'll no longer have an attachment to your hip joint. She won't have a hip joint.
So the leg will just be free?
Free floating, that's right. But because she's such a little ditty thing, she will actually be able to walk perfectly well on that leg. She just needs to relearn how to use a leg that's not attached actually skeletally to her body.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Sophie's obviously a very sweet-natured, very kind person who loves her kids, loves her dogs. But when it comes to Heidi and Bonnie, because they've been through so much, I think she's even more protective. She is this grandmother lioness, and she wants the absolute best for her girls.
I remember rubbing her when she was tiny.
Yeah.
When she was on this very table, rubbing her like this with 2 fingers. She was this long.
Yeah. Now you're going to have to give her
a bit more, but not much more.
Yeah.
She's still quite small.
Yeah.
I somehow feel there should have been something I could do to stop that get so bad. I just feel terrible. She didn't expect all this. It's just a bit miserable, really.
I'll look after her, don't worry.
Thank you. Good luck.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Good luck. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Right. Okay. No pressure, everyone. What we need to do is to do a femoral head and neck ostectomy. Basically, remove the ball and the neck from the hip altogether, so Heidi will no longer have a hip joint on the left-hand side, but then all the muscles and support structures will take on the weight of that joint, and in time, she should be able to walk normally. Nathan, I'm just about to start. Yeah. Have you ever seen one of these procedures before?
No, never.
Okay.
This is a first for me.
Vet Phoebe and Nurse Nathan will be assisting with Heidi's surgery.
Just make a
Let's get an incision there over the hip joint. What I'm trying to do is try and protect as much of the muscle as possible, because that's the important bits at the end, is just having muscle to do the work that the joint would do if it was still there.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go into the joint now. What you can see here is how inflamed this is. This is a really thick joint capsule. Really thick indeed, like it just shouldn't be that thick. So it just shows that this little dog has been so brave for so long, because she has been suffering for a while.
Yeah.
If this was left, this dog will continue to not use her leg. The muscle would waste further and further as the pain got worse, and then she would just have an unusable leg, which likely would then need to be amputated. This way round, we take away the source of the pain, and hopefully she makes a full recovery.
Have you loosened that already now?
A little bit, but not all the way. But you can see that's the femoral head.
Yeah.
Now, what we need to do is work out where we're going to cut it. In order to remove the femoral head and neck, there's a number of different ways you can do it, but I'm going to use an oscillating saw, which looks horrific, I'm sure. It's pretty big, but in fact, if used very carefully, it produces a very nice, fine cut, and it should mean a good result afterwards. There we go. Hopefully, it's on femoral head.
Wow, look at that. It was a lot smaller than I thought it was. I shouldn't really be surprised because Heidi's a tiny little girl, but I think with that fluff, it makes her seem bigger than she actually is underneath. She's got a great range of motion now.
Yeah, and that's the point. She's going to start using this leg again, behaving like a normal puppy. Part of a happy family again. Okay, right, let's have a little feel, shall we? No more of that grinding that we could feel before.
No.
It feels lovely. All right, let's wake this girl up, shall we? Getting a good result from the surgery is great, but her recovery is going to be a long process, and Sophie will have to put in real hard yards to get her little dog walking normally again. Come on then, baby. You come. Yeah.
Heidi will spend the night recovering before going home with Sophie tomorrow.
Poor girl, eh? Oh dear.
Morning, folks.
Good morning.
Right, they're both here.
Oh, hello.
Tamsin and Tabitha.
Mary has returned to the Isleworth clinic with the 2 rescue kittens. Vet Phoebe diagnosed a rare eye condition in both of the sisters.
I'm here today for a second opinion to see whether they're now suitable to be considered for surgery.
Mary is hoping the kittens' eyes can be cured, so they'll have a much better chance of being adopted.
So we've got Scott downstairs now, so if you don't mind, I will take these 2 lovely girls off your hands. And,
Okay,
yeah,
lovely.
we'll be in
Thank you
touch.
very much. That's great.
No
Bye-bye,
problem.
girls. Hope it all goes well. I'll be thinking about you all day.
Oh, bless
All right,
them.
loves. Bye-bye,
Bye.
darling. Bye. I am concerned because there is always a risk with a general anaesthetic, but they need this surgery.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, yeah.
This is Tabitha and Tamsin from Guardian Angels. I'd like you to have a little look at their eyes. It
Yeah.
looks like symblepharon to me, but I wanted a second opinion.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get her out, shall we, and have a quick look.
Yeah, sure.
Tamsin is the first kitten to be examined by Scott.
Hi, gorgeous. Hello, sweetheart. Ooh. I've seen a few of them in my career, but not as bad as that one. I mean, her eyes nearly completely closed by that.
Yeah.
Phoebe's description of these eyes probably didn't do them justice. In fact, they're a lot worse than I expected them to be. Yeah, this is classic symblepharon. This kitten's had some damage to its cornea, and then the vascular support structures around the eye, the conjunctiva, have just gone, oh, that's a hole, I better fill it with something. And so it's stuck onto the eye. But unfortunately, it's stuck on a little bit too effectively, and now what we have is literally like a sort of fleshy curtain over the top. And we have no idea what's underneath. You can barely see any of the eye, so we don't know if it's healthy or not. We need to be just so careful because this tissue could actually be plugging a hole in a dike. And if we pull the finger out, then the whole eye can rupture. So this isn't a simple, job for trying to make it look prettier. This potentially could be curtains for that eye.
Yeah.
So we have to try and see if we can achieve a functional eye. But worst case scenario is down the line, we might actually have to remove a whole eye. So
Yeah.
you're going to make someone a lovely little feline friend, aren't you?
Yeah.
Eh? Once we hopefully can sort this eye out.
Scott is now going to examine Tabitha to see if she shares the same debilitating eye condition as her sister.
So again, we can see this eye is, the aperture itself, the size of the eye is smaller. You can just see that very clearly. As soon as you look, you can see that one's just smaller than that one.
Yeah.
So I'll need to open this eye up a little bit as well. But unlike her sister, you can actually see more of her eye. So we can't give you any promises, my love, but we'll give it a go.
With vet nurse Gina helping, Scott anaesthetises the first kitten, Tamsin, and the delicate and difficult surgery can begin.
Brave girl. Brave little thing, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's been through a lot in her short little life.
Performing this procedure is a little bit of a suck it and see moment. You sort of tread carefully, knowing that at any moment it could all go very wrong.
It's tough to know exactly where to cut. Just see where this goes. So that's good news. You can actually see that that is all covering the eye, but actually not attached to the eye.
Yeah. Well, you need to remove any of the tissue.
Yes, so I'm going to.
Okay, that's better than I thought it was going to be. So that shouldn't be attached to the eye. Every time she blinked or winked, just pull her eye constantly and just be so uncomfortable. So that can come away now. Okay, so there's one part of that eyelid that shouldn't have been there.
After the initial cut and removing of that sort of curtain out of the eye, straight away I can see this little kitten's eye for the very first time. Yep, that's great.
It's really good news. Look at that nice, clear cornea, no staining whatsoever. So actually there's no ulceration to this eye whatsoever. So it's literally the best result we could have wanted. So that's very good for this little girl, isn't it?
It's amazing.
You've got the window to your soul back. Look at that.
So how are you going to make sure that that conjunctiva doesn't reattach to the surface of the eye?
This is where I bring you into a little professional secret. Not many people know that we use them, but actually I'm going to be placing a little lens, a false, like a contact lens in people.
Contact lenses are used in people to help them to see a little bit better, but in cats and dogs, we generally use them to protect the surface of the eye. And in these kittens' case, by placing one of these almost soft bandage lenses onto the eye, it'll help to heal them underneath, but also stop any of that conjunctiva sticking onto the eye again. So how long the kitten can wear the contact lenses is probably dependent on the kitten. We'll definitely be putting a collar on her to try and stop her from flicking it out. But look, if it lasts 3 days, fantastic. We'll try and leave it in for about 10 days if possible. 2 weeks, even better. But we'll take what we can get. She's a kitten after all.
That was some serious fiddly business, wasn't it?
It was.
But you did it. Mary's going to be so happy.
Good girl. You're unhappy about the new attire, aren't you?
While Tamsin recovers from her operation, next it will be her sister Tabitha's turn for the tricky surgery.
Okay. Let's hope we can fix your sister's eye up too, hey? So she gets the same treatment that her sister did.
At the Isleworth Clinic, Scott and vet nurse Gina are preparing homeless kitten Tabitha for surgery. that will hopefully separate her fused eyelids.
Let's hope your sister's luck plays out for you.
Earlier today, Sister Tamsin's procedure went without a hitch.
This surgery is quite fraught, actually, because although breaking down these adhesions will reduce discomfort and pain in these cats, these adhesions are sometimes there for a very good reason. They can be plugging a hole in the cornea, and by removing that adhesion, sometimes you can open a hole in the whole eye and it can rupture.
So there's attachments all on the top of the eye there, all the way back.
Just as we're getting our hopes up that everything has gone brilliantly with Tamsin, I start to do the procedure on Tabitha, and unfortunately her eye is much more complicated.
So unlike the other one, you need to try and preserve that tissue.
Yeah. Although the aperture, the hole that we can see of the eye is bigger, the eye underneath is much more damaged. There's a lot of scarring, there's some ulceration there. And once I start removing the adhesions, I see that everything, all the structures around that eye are all stuck together. It's very complicated indeed.
So there was that sort of kink in the eyelid there. So I'm trying to break down whatever's caused that.
Yeah.
I think it's probably all part and parcel with all these structures sticking to each other. It's just sort of concertinaed the eyelid a little bit.
Like her sister, Tabitha is also getting a contact lens inserted over her eye to protect it while it heals.
Tabitha should get pretty good vision once the corneal ulcers have healed, but some of them will leave scars. There's scars already, but there's also damage to the protective surface of the eye, the cornea as well. So they'll take a while to heal. When they do, if they leave scars, it's like having a smudge on your glasses that you can't rub out. You know, it's like when you've got an annoying scratch on your sunglasses, you know, you're annoyed about it for a day and then afterwards you get used to it. Okay, that's fine.
We're going to keep Tamsin and Tabitha in with us for a couple of days, and it will give us the best chance of making sure that they're kept calm and quiet for as long as possible.
Here she is. You two can start seeing eye to eye for once, can you? Yeah? Oh. It's all right, sweetheart.
Breadstick. There you go, good boy.
Downstairs at the Old Isleworth Clinic, a new patient has arrived.
That's nice, isn't it?
And vet nurse Lily is making him feel welcome.
We can't just call him the budgie, so we kind of listed off some names, and Brian seems to be the one that stuck.
You're a good boy.
So we had a member of the public bring Brian into us after he crashed in a building site.
It's definitely better than budgie food, isn't it?
He popped down to us to see whether he could find his owner. That's not happened, so he's remained here while we try and find him a home.
Brian needs a health check.
Hello, cute guy. Is this the one I've been hearing about?
Yeah, this is Brian.
Oh,
But he's playing hard to get with vet Tina.
come on. Hi.
He's quite a naughty character. If he doesn't want to do something, he certainly won't.
So is he a stray?
Yeah, he was brought in by a member of the public.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's just kind of been settling in our prep room.
Okay.
He's made himself quite at home.
Yes, I can see that. Brian, come here, baby. Oh, he's a good boy. Hi. Hey. Okay, we're going to do a quick little check. Oh, he is cute. Okay, I'm going to try, see if he... Yeah, this is going to be the problem.
Yeah.
We might... should I grab a little towel? In order to do a thorough health check, I obviously need to handle Brian, but he's quite good at flying.
Cheeky bugger.
So let's see if we can catch him. I might have to just throw the towel on you. Don't fly back out.
He doesn't like the table. He knows what you're trying to do as well.
Gonna have to be quick. No. Happy guy. Good boy. I was running around like a little bit of a monkey, but now we can do our health check. All right. Oh, he's such beautiful.
I know.
All right, okay, let's have a little listen to your chest.
I always find it so much easier just to listen to the heart and the lungs by putting his chest really close to my ear. And I can hear much more than I could with a stethoscope. His heart is racing. He's so nervous.
Bless him.
But it's sounding healthy. Okay, other side. Chest is also sounding good.
Okay.
All right, big guy. Let's have a little look at your wingspan. Okay, he's got beautifully healthy wings. Behind the feathers is a lot of information. So we need to blow to move the feathers out of the way so that I can see the skin, make sure there's no lice or mites. So his skin is looking healthy. I don't see any evidence of mites or lice. And he's got some good, what we call feather dust.
Okay.
And feather dust basically shows us that he is consciously grooming himself every day. And we know that he's looking after his feathers. You're going to be a happy little boy. Hey. I'm happy to say that Brian is healthy, but he needs a forever home where he can fly around and enjoy himself as much as he can. Let's see if we can find someone special for him.
Not too much swelling there, is there? No, looks good.
The next morning at the Richmond Practice, it's time for little Heidi to go home after her big hip surgery.
Mummy's got all the hard work to do now. Hey, with you? Yeah, she does. Yeah, I fixed you, but now she needs to do all the hard work.
There's Heidi, hopefully fine now.
Sophie and her daughters Rose and Tess are waiting upstairs with Heidi's mum Bonnie.
I feel like I can relate to Bonnie as a mother because if something was happening to any of my children, I would be very anxious. And I feel like I can see that in Bonnie's eyes.
Hello.
Baby. Oh, baby. Oh, you're so brave.
She has been so brave. For a little white fluffy dog.
With the heart of a lion?
Heart of a lion, that's right. Oh, look, even Bonnie wants to say hi.
Come on, Bon, come and say hi.
Come on.
Look, it's Mummy.
She is. Aww.
I just can't wait to get my hands around her and hug her and cuddle her all evening and then just cheer her up because she does look a bit bewildered to me. She does look a little bit lost.
I think most of the pain is better after 24 hours. Okay. And I think not having that hip joint is going to make it much happier as well.
Oh, make it less painful?
Yes, hopefully so. That's the point. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just thinking, it's weird not to have a joint there.
It is.
So that it's just flying around. It might be hard to learn to use that.
Absolutely. Well, she has got to relearn it because it's going to feel weird not to have your leg attached to your body.
Exactly.
With
Can you
bones.
feel that?
But certainly she's got all the nerves in place. Everything is still working. And now it's just a case of encouraging her to use it, but it's going to feel weird.
I hope Heidi will leap and dance and play around with Bonnie the way she used to. And, she'll get confident using that leg again and she'll be a proper little puppy who can do everything that the other puppies can do.
She's a little star, and I know that you guys will do your best by her and she'll be walking quite well very soon.
We will. Thank you.
All right, then. Bye, girls.
Okay,
see you later.
Let's go.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, Tess. Okay, little Heidi, time to go home. Thanks, love.
Mary from the Guardian Angels charity has returned to collect the 2 homeless kittens.
Good morning, ladies.
Hello, Mary. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are my lovely girls?
They're doing really well.
Fantastic. I'm here to pick up Tamsin and Tabitha, the 2 little kittens that have had eye operations. Obviously, I'm very excited to see them. I know it's been quite a complicated procedure.
Here they are.
Hello, girls. How are you? Oh, wonderful. Oh,
missing you, no doubt.
Fantastic. Hello. Can you show me your new eye? You are? Oh, I'm so lucky. Thank you.
It's really nice to reunite Tabitha and Tamsin with Mary today.
Good girls.
They stayed in a couple of days after the surgery just for some extra TLC and some eye meds. So I think Mary's been apart from them a little bit longer than she had wanted to. So I'm sure she'll be very delighted to take them home today and, give them some love. So we'll get Tabitha out first.
Okay.
Because I know we spoke at the time
yes,
that
we did. And it was a much longer op, wasn't it?
Yeah, we thought she was actually going to be the easier of the two, but then it ended up being a much more complicated surgery. We've already started to notice an improvement with the eye. She's starting to open the eye now, and like the amount of discharge has really decreased as well.
Wonderful.
So we're hopeful that it's definitely going in the right direction.
Well, bless them, they've been through so much in their short lives. They're only about 5 months old now, and it's amazing now that we now see, hopefully, the light at the end of the tunnel.
Let's get your big sister out.
Hello, big sister.
So we thought Tamsin was more severely affected
we did.
because she had the membrane over almost the whole of her eye, but actually, when we cut it away under anaesthetic, she actually had a really healthy eye underneath.
Fantastic, that's great news.
Yeah.
You're both very, very lucky girls, aren't you?
Yeah.
Both got 2 hopefully working eyes each now, which is a step in the right direction.
So we're not quite there yet. Mary's got the eye meds to go home, so she'll have to be working hard 3 times a day to get those in. But now that they're home, Mary can start looking for a forever home for these 2.
Thanks to everyone, thanks to all the team and
Aww.
all the care and love that you've shown them. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Right, gonna come home then?
Yeah. Oh, bless them.
Come on, girlies, let's get you home.
Hey, ready?
Also at the Isleworth Clinic, it's Brian the Budgie's last day. Vet nurse Gina has found the perfect owner for the mischievous little bird, her nan.
What do you think of that? Going to your new home?
That means yes.
I think so.
Gina's nan seems fantastic. I've met her and she's absolutely lovely. She's got experience with birds, so it's definitely the right home for Brian.
It's time to part ways with Lily.
Yeah, Mum. Good boy, I know.
So close. Have to try that again. No, you missed him.
Right.
So I don't want to go to a new home. Oh, come on.
So close. Come on in. Brian. No, we're going this way. Good boy.
No.
He knows what you're trying to do.
He's back in his usual place.
I know.
Come on.
Right, let's go. Good boy.
It's going to be really quick. We just got to walk you down the road and then you can be free again.
Right, Brian. You be a good boy for Gina's nan. Yeah? Bye-bye.
Right, come on then, Brian. It's time to go off to your new home at my nan's house.
Bye, Brian. I'll miss Brian terribly. He's been my little mate while he's been here. I love him to pieces, but it is right for him to go to a new home.
Right, you ready, Nan?
Yep, we're ready, Brian. Welcome to your new home.
There we go.
There, look at that.
He's got a nice little cage here. You've done well, Nan.
Thank you very much. Well, I like them to have the best. They deserve it when they've had a bad start.
I think he'll be very happy here. Won't you, Brian?
Well, he won't want for anything, that's for sure. Will you, Brian? Chirpy? Absolutely delighted that now he's come to me and I can give him a good, happy home. And love him too.
Oh, thanks, Nan.
So it's nice to be out and about anyway. What do you think? Is it nice to be in the park?
2 months after hip surgery, little Heidi has made remarkable progress
Heidi, Heidi. Ready. Whee!
and is back enjoying playtime in the park with her mum, Bonnie.
Heidi, come on. Good job.
For owners Sophie and daughter Tess, it's been a long, slow road to recovery.
She's so tiny, she's so young. It was quite a big operation and it had a big effect.
You would never expect to look at a dog of Heidi's age and think that that's her hip. That's the hip of a 10-year-old dog in discomfort, not a 1-year-old dog. By taking away the femoral head and neck, she'll no longer have an attachment to a hip joint. She won't have a hip joint.
So the leg will just be free?
Free floating. She just needs to relearn how to use a leg that's not attached skeletally to her body.
Oh, look at this big one here. Look at this big one. Look at this big one. Ready. Whee! I thought I would never see her running free again. I honestly had serious doubts because I thought she's been through so much. I just don't know if her little body will ever recover and learn to use that leg again normally. I really did go through dark days, but I feel that Heidi never gave up. She's very stoic, she's very strong, and she wanted to play, and so she made sure she played.
Ready? Good.
There was a lot of love for her. We're always hugging her and stuff, but you had to be very careful, even lifting her up, because the leg would be a bit painful, and that was heartbreaking as well.
Come on, Heidi. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, come on, Heidi. Come on. Yeah, come on, Heidi.
What amazed me and comes from inside her, I think, is this love of life and this, I mean, it's nice that she's with her mother as well. She can sort of snuggle right up to Bonnie when the times were sad, and Bonnie would sniff and lick at it and make sure it was okay. I wonder if that helped a bit. Can I have that stick bag? Can I have the stick bag? Yay! Ready? Seeing the two dogs in the park racing around and chasing each other, tails up, and totally free to play as they want, I'm bursting with pride. I'm so pleased, and it brings so much joy to all of us. Heidi!
Good boy. How's your leg?
Scott's last patient of the day is Claude.
Good boy, Claude. Gonna go see Scott.
A feisty 3-year-old French Bulldog.
No biting. Not gonna be evil dog.
With a wounded leg that needs regular dressing changes.
Hello.
love. Oh, you've got Claude.
Got Claude to come and see Scott.
Oh, let me come say hello. How's he? All right?
He's good. He's got his leg, but it's still healing.
Claude isn't exactly one of Scott's biggest fans.
Claude and Scott have always had a quite turbulent relationship.
Good boy, Claude. I heard he's not a big fan of Scott.
Hates him, don't you, Claude? Evil dog Claude is what Scott calls you.
It looks like that wouldn't melt, don't you?
First time seeing Scott for a while, he's a little bit nervous around him. And, well, that's Scott, not Claude, because of Claude's behaviour to him previously. Claude's dream is to bite Scott, I think. Hello.
Hello, Marcus. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. Got your best friend here today.
Yeah. How are we, Claude? Hopefully he's had breakfast this morning, has he?
Yeah, he's eaten. He's had lots of treats.
All right. Well, come on then, champ, into your favourite room.
Come on, Claude.
Come on then.
Let's go.
That's it.
Good boy.
Good lad.
Good boy.
It's all right. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, Daddy's just there. Claude very much is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of dog. He is fine one minute and sweetness and light, and the next minute, whoa, okay. All right, and that's touching the back, not even the front leg. Come on.
No.
It's all right.
Stop
Be
it.
a good boy. Come on, buddy. All right. Okay. All right, we're getting on so well. Yes, you're very frightening.
Claude recently injured his leg, but Marcus has been struggling with the regular bandage changing and wants some tips from Scott.
It might be quite unorthodox, but Marcus is literally the only person that Claude will allow to do anything like a dressing change whilst he's awake. Whoa, okay. Oof. It's just a case of having a little tutorial session how to place a dressing on a dog.
Good boy. Good boy.
I would like to help you, but it's difficult, isn't it?
Bandaging you up if you do. Stop
it. So let me have the dressing there, mate. Can I have this?
All
right.
It's okay. It's okay.
Good boy.
Good boy. I've never had a veterinary lesson or any medical lesson before, so it was a new experience.
It's hard to do this job with one hand, isn't it? Then you'd like me to have none. Yeah.
You're not safe, yeah.
Just over the top of that. That's it, and squish it on.
Good boy, good boy,
That's
good
it.
boy.
Perfect. Great work. So that then wraps around the foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
From underneath.
From underneath, that's right. Yep. Okay, that's it. So nice and firm.
No.
Good boy.
Don't growl at me.
I know. Just look at the evil vet. There we go. I do have to keep my wits about me at all times because it's very clear what Claude's intent is. It is to bite the vet. And although I'm there to try and support Marcus, I do need to make sure I keep myself at a safe distance so I don't get bitten. How are we feeling? Can we continue with this dressing, do you think?
What's next?
So take this over the top, okay? Now this stuff, because it's stretchy, we have to be careful not to be too tight.
No. Want to see it? What's that?
But you're pretty confident that he won't go for you, right?
I hope not. He hasn't as yet.
Claude, look, I'm the bad guy. He's a good guy. Good boy. Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Don't do that. I think he thought my hand was Scott's hand, but he didn't actually bite me. He kind of stopped, and I like to think that that's because he realised it was me.
That's it. Good job. Done? Yeah. I've never had to get a non-veterinary worker perform a dressing change. So that was a first for me, and you did very well. Hey? Yeah. Hey? I can't tell you how relieved I am that Claude trusts Marcus enough to change his dressings. Claude's definitely a one-man dog. The leg's healing nicely, and from now on, Marcus is in charge of bandaging. So it looks like I'm off the hook, and at least I can keep all my fingers intact. All the best, Marcus.
Nice to see you.
All right, we'll see you again soon. Lucky
Bye.
me.
Come on.
Bye, mate.
Oh, he wants to leave. Let's go.
In Richmond, it's a role reversal for Scott's vet nurse Nathan. He's bringing his 3-year-old Newfoundland Maisy in to see Scott after he noticed something worrying about the way she's walking.
Hey, Nath.
Hiya.
How you going?
Yeah, not bad.
Hi, Maisy.
Maisy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's huge, Nathan.
Maisy, hello, baby.
Gosh, beautiful, isn't she?
Thanks.
So she's not walking right.
I think it's her back left leg. Okay. She just doesn't seem to want to put too much weight on it.
How long ago did that sort of start?
I would say probably about a week ago. Okay. I noticed it, and a bit more reluctant to go out for her walks, which isn't really like her.
You look quite nervous now.
Yeah, you do.
It's one of those things, you know, you deal with clients all the time, but then when you become the client,
And it's your dog.
it's very different.
Nathan is Mr. Cool, Calm and Collected. He's a very chilled out fella.
Come on, this way.
Rarely does he show his emotion, but today I can really see it in his face. His heart's on his sleeve and he's a very nervous boy.
Look at me.
Good girl. She does seem a little bit tender, even just touching her hip joint. Okay, so now I'm just gonna try and extend it, mate, okay? Oh, you're a strong girl, aren't you? Okay. Oh, let me just feel. That's it. Okay, all right. Okay. So just gonna have a feel of this knee now. Good girl. So she's definitely tender in her left knee more than she is in that hip. Yeah, she really does not like that. And it does feel a little bit thickened, actually. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Extend that right out. Okay. Maisy actually presents quite a number of challenges because she is so large. She's very big, so hard to sort of grab hold of everything you need to and manipulate it. So it does mean it's quite a challenge, and we do need to make sure we keep our wits about us today. It feels a little bit like nuts and bolts in this knee also. Not as thickened as the other side and not as painful as the other side. So
No.
I think your initial assessment of a left leg issue is absolutely right. So what we need to do is to give her a sedation to be able to examine her a little bit better while she's deprived of her senses. And then we'll do some x-rays and just see what's going on in all of these joints.
Oh.
Okay, mate.
Okay.
Assume your position.
I have to get on top of my dog.
Okay, I'll try not to miss Nathan.
Mate, Scott's not got the best view at the moment, but I just hope he doesn't make that needle slip.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, oh.
Oh,
Here we
these
go.
are nice.
There we go. Oh, brave girl, brave girl. There we go, well done.
All done?
Yep, all done. There we go. Giant breed dogs are known to have a number of genetically predisposed conditions because they are so huge. Oh.
Good girl.
But all that weight and pressure comes to bear on the joints, and therefore they do tend to have more issues with their joints than a smaller dog would. So what we now need to do is to x-ray her. So we take a number of different images, starting with the knees and then moving to the hips. X-ray, just to get a full picture of exactly what's going on with little Maisy, or big Maisy. So what do you want to know, the good news or the bad news?
Well, is that good news?
There is good news.
Yeah.
The good news is that her hips look fine.
Oh, wow.
Which is really good. So they're sitting nicely into that hip joint there, nice and smooth. Her knees, however, are a concern. She's put more weight onto the left, twisted very quickly, and injured her cruciate ligament on the left. It's a very common injury of like football players or netball players, anyone that turns suddenly and stops. She's got serious inertia going on. Once she's moving, she's not going to stop quickly.
No.
So at some point we need to give that stability back, and unfortunately the only way that we can do that is with surgery. So I'm going to send you to a very good mate of mine, Michael Hamilton, the orthopaedic surgeon, and he can have a look at Maisy and see what he needs to do.
Yeah. Now that I know what the problem is, I don't know what the next step is, what Michael's going to say about it. We'll just have to wait and see.
So some tough times ahead, unfortunately.
Oh, poor thing.
Are you climb, sweetie?
Across town, Scott's wife Zoe and daughter Quinn are on a special mission to collect the next patient.
Good job. Let's go and see the chicken! Yeah, you can show me where they are, honey. So Scott gets a phone call from Quinn's school yesterday, and it turns out one of their chickens isn't too well. So I'm here to essentially be a sort of veterinary assistant and come and pick up the patient.
Hi, Mrs. Parr.
Hello.
Quinn, how are you? Good. Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Mrs. Parr, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for coming. We've been really worried about one of our chickens, as you know. Poor Jane, she's been losing a bit of weight and she's not eating properly. And we noticed that her wattle was getting filled up and not emptying by the next day. So that's why we phoned Scott. We were just hoping that we can make her better and sort out whatever's going wrong with her wattle. Sorry. Here she is.
Well done, caught in
Here's
one.
Jane.
Hello, darling. Hello. Oh my goodness, yes, you are a little inflated, to say the least.
I think she is. So it must be terribly uncomfortable for her.
When did you notice that?
A couple of weeks ago. So we've tried giving her some oil to try and dislodge the food that's stuck there, but
Right.
it doesn't seem to have worked. So
dear.
that's why we've phoned Scott to hope that he can help us
Worry.
out.
Chicken man to the rescue.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be able to help her. Being the chicken expert that I am, having, been in the vicinity of the 4 we have at home, I'd say definitely a crop problem, full of stuff that it shouldn't be in there, and we need to get it out. There we are. That's my take on it.
Shall we take the chicken to Daddy then?
Yes.
Do you think Daddy's going to be able to sort Jane out to make her better?
My dad can sort any animal out.
Oh, he's got a super daddy, haven't you?
I'll get the box.
Oh, good
Thank
idea,
you, Quinn.
Wow, you guys are very organised.
Good
Well
girl.
done.
The chicken goes in here, then the blanket goes over her.
Okay.
Thank you, Quinn.
There we go.
Shall we put the blanket over there then?
Whoa!
I'll hold on to it. Put the blanket.
I'll do it. I'll help you, sweetheart, if you want. There we go.
There you go.
I see a little head popping out.
Let's check.
Yes, make her safe.
There we go. She's in. Great. The chicken rescuers. Let's go,
Quinn, chicken rescuer.
Oh, well done.
This is a heavy chicken.
She's got a lot of extra weight with her.
Yes, she
I'll
has.
speak to you later on.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Coming in, Quinn. This way, honey.
Quinn is now going off to class, and Zoe will be heading in to see Scott.
It's all been quite easy, really. I drop one child off and pick up a chicken. Standard day, really.
La la, la la, la la, la la, la la. No one needs a sick chicken.
Come on, Rufus. There we go.
At the Richmond Practice, Sarah from the rescue organisation All Dogs Matter has brought in 2 very special cases to see Scott.
We've got Nellie, who's 5, and Rufus, who's about a year.
They came from a puppy farm. They would never have been in a house, never walked on grass, never played, never had a name, which I think is probably the saddest thing. We're here to see Scott today for Rufus to be neutered and Nellie to be spayed and to have her teeth looked at, which are in a very poor condition.
It's likely Nellie, the older of the two, was used as a breeding dog at the puppy farm.
Hello there, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, Scott.
So these are the new recruits.
They are.
Hello.
This is Nellie.
Hello, beautiful. You're very shy, aren't you?
She's very shy.
Oh, dear.
Very shy.
And who's this little chap back here?
This is Rufus. He's a little bit of a baby, but
Hello,
he's
Rufus.
growing in confidence.
Yes, well, I suppose lots of the puppy farm dogs are pretty nervous. They haven't had much work on their basic training, have
That's
they?
right, that's right.
Well, let's get them in the consult room, shall we?
Okay.
It's very clear that Nellie and Rufus are traumatised. They're very nervous, very quiet, just little shadows of dogs. So how were they when you first picked them up?
Just terrified, stinky, terrified, wouldn't come out of the crate.
Oh dear. You can just tell it's just so timid and quiet because they've just not really had a life to this point. Life has just been being a mum, having puppies in
Constantly.
fairly squalid environments.
Yeah, constant puppies, constant.
It's thought that as many as 1 in 3 puppies sold in the UK are bred in a puppy farm. And usually they're in squalid, filthy conditions with very little natural light. I really find puppy breeding at this level just abhorrent, and it really angers me. Obviously, she's had a bit of a groom, so she's looking a bit shinier and healthier, but physically, I can smell that there might be an issue with her mouth. She's got fairly bad breath. Yeah, so they're really pretty disgusting teeth, and they're a huge amount of tartar build up, which is likely because of years of very poor nutrition, just filling them full of whatever they can get hold of that's probably the cheapest. And the same, yuck. Okay, and there's even a loose tooth there, look at that. That must actually hurt. Oh dear. Okay, well, we can sort that right out. That'll make you feel much better, won't it? Looking into Nellie's mouth, it's very clear that she's suffering with quite a degree of discomfort. It is just the personification of neglect. And the people running this farm didn't even have the decency to look after her general health. All right, let's have a listen.
It's okay.
All right. So it really does anger me when dogs are treated this way, but even worse, is this poor girl has got a heart murmur, a fairly significant heart murmur. And one thing we know about Cavaliers is that they genetically inherit most of their heart defects. The heart murmur that Nellie has should have stopped with Nellie, but being used as a breeding bitch, probably 50% of her offspring have the heart murmur that they shouldn't have because Nellie never should have been bred in the first place. It's disgraceful.
So here's Rufus.
Hello, Rufus. Hello. Oh my goodness, you are so beautiful, aren't you? Hey, hello, mate. You're all right. You're safe here, don't you worry. You're a handsome boy, yes. Okay, so his teeth are lovely.
Yeah.
Not too bad at all. So that would suggest he's far younger.
Yeah.
He does look like he's probably only maybe a year or so. I think that's reasonable. Okay, I'm just going to have a little listen here. Good boy. So he's blessed with a healthy heart.
Yeah.
Examining little Rufus, I can see he is, besides nervous and shy and doesn't have many social skills, understandably, he is a relatively healthy chap. So I'm hopeful with just a castration, he'll be on the road to recovery very soon. Well, I'll take these 2 new recruits of yours off your hands for the day.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Perfect. Scott really has an understanding of puppy farm dogs and their needs because they are quite specific. They're very, very timid. They're having to learn everything for the first time. Look after them.
I will. And I'll give you a call once they're done.
Lovely, thank
All
you.
right. Bye, Sarah.
Bye.
Take care. Don't worry, she'll be back for you soon. Hello, ladies.
Oh, you're so cute.
Thank you. Oh, you mean the dog?
No, I wasn't talking about you.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
At the Richmond clinic, it's surgery time for badly neglected King Charles Cavaliers, Nellie and Rufus.
And unfortunately, they are the unwanted from the puppy farm trade. Yeah, so
Sad.
both quite nervous, you can see quite shy. Today is day one of trying to improve these dogs' lives by at least giving them health. Certainly for Rufus, it's about neutering him. And for Nellie, it's about sorting out those horrendous teeth, checking out her heart, and of course, spaying her as well. All right.
Scott will perform Rufus's neutering first and is being assisted by nurses Sam and Alicia.
This is a very straightforward operation. It's one we do every day. But this boy has obviously been through a terrible life up to now, so it does make you sort of go, you know, I just want to protect you. So Liz and I have got an eagle eye on this boy, making sure he's okay. So Sam, I'll be coming through in a few minutes, just to start on Nellie, okay? Rufus is nearly done.
While Scott is working on Rufus, in the next room, Sam has started prepping Nellie.
Okay, so there's no more baby making for you, my boy. Now that Rufus' castration has been completed and he's recovering, I now move to Nellie. Now, she has a fairly significant heart murmur, but also she is an older girl. She's been through a lot, so this will be a little bit of a risky anaesthetic. She all okay, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, so you can just see how massive this uterus is, which just suggests that it's been well and truly used and abused. Sam, how's she getting on? Heart sounds okay?
Mm-hmm.
Besides the murmur, of course.
Yeah.
All right, so spay done, dental next. Let's go. Now, normally we wouldn't do a dental on the same day as a spay. It's not great to liberate all that bacteria that'll be present in her nasty mouth, but needs must. And she's a dog that could really do with just one anaesthetic and everything being sorted. It's disgusting. She's never had anyone looking out for her best interests or her welfare. This is the first time. So to see her mouth in the state that it's in, it's pretty horrifying. See how easy they come out and just fall out. It'll end up being there's more teeth in that bowl than there is in her mouth.
At least it won't be uncomfortable anymore.
Yeah, she'll be much more comfortable without them. Better out than in, I say.
Scott eventually has to remove 16 rotten teeth from the little spaniel.
Okay, that's it for that. Beautiful. After sorting out her teeth and removing those 16 rotten teeth, I now move on to assessing a heart defect. You're happy with everything still, Sam? She's okay?
Yeah.
Because we've worked out that Nellie does have a heart murmur, I want to look into that a little bit more. So I'm going to be performing a cardiac ultrasound just to understand what problems are going on in Nellie's heart. Just in the centre there, we've got a sort of flapping saloon door almost, which is the mitral valve, which is just a little bit thickened. So it's just not closing as well as it should. But the good news for little Nellie, the atrium is not significantly larger, which would suggest that it's not yet stretching because of this abnormality. So as yet, she doesn't need any medication. She just needs to be monitored. Okay, so let's wake this girl up, shall we? Although Nellie has got a heart murmur, it's not having any impact on her general health at the moment. Now, it will need monitoring in case it develops into heart disease sometime down the road, in which case we'll likely need medication or further diagnostic tests. But for now, she's all good. Look who I've got.
Nellie and Rufus will remain at the practice overnight to recover from their surgeries.
There you go. You're a tough old bird, aren't you, eh? Yeah. It's really wonderful to have been a part of Nellie and Rufus's journey. They've come from horrendous backgrounds where they've just not been loved or treated very well at all. And I've managed to bring them to a point now where they are healthy and they are ready to find a new home filled with love. And let's hope they find it.
She's going to be okay. You're both going to be okay. Yeah, you're going to be just fine.
This way.
At the Cherry Tree practice, Scott's vet nurse Nathan has arrived with his Newfoundland Maisy to see specialist orthopaedic surgeon Michael Hamilton.
We're here to see Michael for Maisy's leg. Hopefully there's something quite simple he can do. I'm really nervous about what's happening today. Having lost a previous dog anaesthetic, it's not something that I take lightly.
Hi, Nathan. All right.
Hi, Michael.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Right, Maisy. So, I believe we have a ruptured cruciate. Come in, we'll have a feel, and we'll get it sorted for you. So.
Excellent.
Right, Maisy, this way, darling. Let's go.
On. Up we go.
Righty. Okay. So, let's have a little feel. Ooh, she's got a big puffy knee on this left side. Let's have a quick feel up her leg. This is her knee. So, a little test that we do. Finger on the front of her shin. Hold her knee, pull up on her toes, and that finger moving forwards tells me that she has stretched or partially snapped her cruciate ligament. So there's your diagnosis right away. Whether it's completely snapped or not is irrelevant. That is an unstable knee. We call it the cranial cruciate ligament, and that's a ligament that kind of connects your tibia, your shin, to your femur and stops the bones kind of moving around all over the place. So in effect, what we do, the top of the shin bone is on a slope, and then when she walks, the femur rolls down the hill, we make it flat and put a big plate and screws on. Prognosis is really, really good.
Yeah.
So of all the things that she could have go wrong, this is probably not a bad one to go wrong. So, let's look on the bright side. Nathan's put on a very brave face. I can tell he's a little bit nervous. He's the guy kind of reassuring the owners most of the time, whereas now it's me trying to reassure him. So the girls are waiting for us, so we'll take her through, we'll get her asleep, do the surgery. You go off for a little walk or a drive or a beer or two or whatever.
Might be alcohol involved.
Yeah. And I'll give you a call as soon as she's done, and we'll get back to you.
With any surgery, it always carries a degree of risk. I see the good things, and I see the things when it doesn't quite go as planned, and that never leaves you. Although the operation's hard, and I really don't like to see anyone operate on my dog, I know it's the right thing for her.
The time has arrived, so if you hand her over, I'll take her through, and we'll get it sorted out for you. Right, Maisy, wakey, wakey. Cruciate repair time.
Maze, who's a good cat?
At the Isleworth practice, Zoe is arriving with the school chicken, and Scott and vet nurse Reagan are waiting.
Hello.
Hello, honey.
Hi. Hiya. I got a chicken in a box for you. Do you want to see it?
Yeah. Hello. Oh, hello, gorgeous.
Check her out, look. I got it right. It is definitely a chicken.
Does she have a name?
Jane.
Jane the chicken?
Jane the chicken, of course.
Jane. Oh.
She's beautiful, though, isn't her?
Do you know
Look
a
at
Jane?
her plumage.
I do know a Jane. My mum's called Jane.
This one's full of front. I don't know about your mother. I'm talking about this one.
Right. She's big up top.
Big up top.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it sounds like she needs some support, both physically and veterinarily.
Yeah,
that word.
Yeah.
So glad I brought it to you. Brilliant. Full of confidence. Should we go through the consult?
Yes, let's go.
I can't believe here I am bringing chicks to see my husband, hey? But I know he'll be able to help this one. Feel that.
Let's have a little feel.
What a massive bag of, crop.
Oh
Isn't
my
that
word,
huge?
that is bizarre.
I know,
isn't
it's
it?
mad, huh?
My goodness, the crop that she has, that sort of storage area for food, is absolutely massive. It's a handful of grit. It's astounding. But within that, what you can feel is obviously food, because the crop is there to basically hold food before it goes further down the gastrointestinal tract. It's kind of like the larder cupboard of the chicken, really.
Okay.
But actually behind that, there's a thick, web of something. So this crop has become impacted with something. It's continued to fill, it's stretched, and now it's actually falling over her breastbone. And so it's just not emptying normally the way that it should. So what we need to do is actually X-ray and just see exactly what lies beneath. And if it's large enough, we're going to have to go in and perform surgery.
This chicken is going through something right now. It's uncomfortable for her, and she's about to go through an X-ray, most likely surgery.
Say bye.
So you can feel that element of pressure. Like the kids are waiting for this chicken to come back, all well and fixed by Scott. So yeah, that's a bit of pressure for him there.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Hi.
Reagan and vet Tina will be assisting Scott.
What is that?
I know.
Hey?
Isn't that the most massive crop you've ever felt on a chicken in your entire life?
Very big. Let's check her weight. Here we go.
Can we weigh you,
That's really
sweetheart? Good girl. Okay, so at the moment you're about 2.47 kilograms of chicken.
Come on, Jane. Let's go get some pictures.
Let's go and x-ray a chicken. Unfortunately, Jane's condition literally won't right itself. And already today I can feel that her crop is warmer, so it's starting to ferment. That will make this girl really unwell. And if we don't do anything, it could eventually lead to her death. Okay, stay still, Jane. X-ray. As you can see, a lot of material. That's very likely to be grit, which is absolutely normal. But what you can't see on here is what I can feel in the crop of Jane. So it's a little bit like a block drain, I suppose, in that what we've got is this sort of thick mat of, feels like fibrous material. It could be hay, it could be grass. And that's meaning that the food isn't passing through, it's remaining in the crop is stretching, and then therefore food stays in there longer, it stretches more, so it's a little bit of a deteriorating cycle. So all of that needs to come out. Unfortunately, we do need to perform surgery, and the interesting thing is I think an anaesthetic is probably even more risky, so I think it's far better that we just try and do this while she's conscious. Birds don't do very well under anaesthetic. They're quite prone to stress. But also, unfortunately, with this particular condition, she could regurgitate during the surgery and then breathe that in, get aspiration pneumonia and die. So there's lots of major risks, and all of them can be reduced by performing the surgery conscious.
Does that mean a local anaesthetic then?
Yeah.
Luckily, she's quite a relaxed chicken, so hopefully she'll sit quite still for you.
Yeah, she seems very good, doesn't she? Okay. Well, let's get to work. I'm just going to pluck this first. First, we have to pluck poor Jane's crop, and then I give her the local anaesthetic, which is going to sting a little bit. But she seems to be taking it in a stride. She seems quite calm and quite relaxed, but who knows how she's going to react when I start to cut. She's a little stressed.
I know.
Okay. Right. Everyone ready for this, because I don't know what's going to come out. I also don't know how she's going to respond, but it needs to be done. Everyone ready for this, because I don't know what's going to come out. I also don't know how she's going to respond, but it needs to be done. Okay, good girl.
In Isleworth, Scott, Tina and Nurse Reagan are about to perform unusual surgery on a conscious chicken.
It feels very strange to have my patient looking at me whilst I'm doing this sort of thing.
Hey, Jane.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to go into the crop now. So expect a really appalling smell.
Oh.
Jane has an impacted crop, so basically what I believe is that she's eaten something that she shouldn't, like long grass, that slowed down the transit of food down into her gastrointestinal tract, and it means that I need to go in and get it out. Oh, man, that's rancid.
Oh.
Look at all this stuff in here. Oh, my God. It's not nice. There we go. Here's the big thing. Wow. This is what I could feel. That is the problem right there. Oh, that is grim.
Jane, how are you still alive, my love?
How is she still alive? Look at that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's still coming. Oh my God. Oh.
That's disgusting.
Oh, that smells. Oh, wow, that is rank.
All right, Jane.
Good girl. Jane's crop was full of really long grass, which has probably been building up over months, and it started to ferment, and it's giving off a gas, which leads to a really rancid stench. So if we can stop her access to that, then we might not have this issue come back.
I can't believe how amazing she's been.
Yeah. What I want to do now, Reagan, is just give it a bit of a flush, and then I'm going to start to close. Extraordinary.
She's actually watching.
That's off-putting. Yeah. The bizarre thing about performing a conscious surgery on an animal is that they can look at you while you're doing it. And Jane has her beady eyes literally set on me, and it does make her quiver a little bit because it's an incredibly gruesome surgery, but she's taking it like a trooper. She's amazing, isn't she? I don't think I'll ever look at a chicken the same way again.
No, she's very, very brave.
There we go. And that is our first conscious chicken crop impaction surgery.
Are you
done.
picking? Should we see how much she weighs quickly?
Yes, that's a great idea. Jane's pre-surgery weigh-in, she weighed 2.47 kilograms, but after removing a huge amount of muck from her crop, I'm really interested to see what she weighs now. Okay, the moment of truth. Yeah, all right, yeah, good girl.
Good girl.
So she's 2.235, so over 200 grams
Yeah.
of grossness
Of yuckiness.
removed from your crop, eh?
Now you look like a normal chicken again.
200 grams might not sound like a lot, but for a chicken like Jane, it's 10% of her body weight, which is massive, and it really will make a difference to her comfort levels now it's out. Here we go. There you go. All right. Yeah, you're gonna feel so much better. Because Jane's crop was distended for so long, it's become very stretched and very baggy, and even after the surgery, that isn't going to improve. So I do need to find a way to help to manage that so that she never suffers with crop impaction again. Gonna need to talk a little bit about support, aren't we, eh? Stop that crop from filling up like that again.
At the cherry tree practice, Nurse Nathan's beloved Newfoundland Maisy is being prepared for surgery to repair her ruptured cruciate ligament.
Oh, it's a big old leg, isn't it?
3-year-old Maisy weighs in at a massive 60 kilos, and for specialist Michael Hamilton and his team, surgery will be a challenge.
Right, so Kim, in here. Yeah. Hold. I mean, she was hanging off the end of the table. I mean, that's quite a big table, and the head was almost off that end. Her legs are dangling off this end, so it's quite hard for the assistants because they're kind of holding that leg of whatever it weighs, 15 kilos or whatever. So yeah, it's just quite hard work. All right, so first incision. The first part of the procedure is we get into the knee joint. We look at the cruciate, what's left of it. I don't know, probably 5% or less of the cruciate ligament left intact in here. So this has been grumbling on for a little while. What we've got to do now, though, we have to very, very critically check the meniscus, the shock absorber thing. So just pull that foot, Kim. Yeah. So this is quite a fiddly thing to do. So we use this little probe, and we look right off the back. So what we need to do is remove that damaged portion of the shock absorber, the meniscus. And there it is. This should be all nice and shiny. It's all crushed. And that whole thing was kind of flipping forward in the knee. So taking that out will make a huge difference.
With the torn fragment of the meniscus removed, Michael can now start stabilising Maisy's knee.
So this is the blade that we cut the bone with. You push this into the bone, which cuts along that curve. There we go, right, okay. This is the scary part because there's a big, big blood vessel just off the back of the tibia. And if we cut that, that's pretty stressful. It bleeds a lot. And it's full on, you know, you're cutting through the tibia of a 60-kilo dog. It's a pretty big deal. Kim's gonna flush like she's never flushed before. Right, ready, go.
Maisy's bones will now be held in their new, more stable position using a metal plate.
Right, so my favourite part is the power screwdriver. It kind of makes me feel like I work for McLaren or Ferrari or someone. So. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in the bottom, then there's the curvy cut, and then there's 4 in the top. So now it's just a question of closing them up and checking everything's in the right place.
Maisy's owner, Nathan, who's also Scott's vet nurse, has arrived, anxious to find out if the surgery has been a success.
I just want to take her home, give her lots of cuddles, and yeah, just make sure everything's okay.
Right, so the most important thing is, do we have any, what we call tibial thrust? So same test as before, finger on there, pull up on the toes, no movement whatsoever. So although there's no cruciate ligament in there, when she stands on the leg, the knee is stable, and that's the most important thing. This procedure, it's elective surgery. I mean, if you didn't do it, she wouldn't kind of keel over, but she'd have a sore knee for the rest of her day. So to get her back to as normal function as possible, hopefully this procedure is the way to go. Okay, right, come on through, Nathan. Here she is, right. So look who's here to see you. Maisy. Hello, darling. Look who's here.
Where's Maisy? Where's she gone?
Hello.
Hey?
Recognise him? She might just try and run straight out here. Hey, Maisy. I said, Daddy's here. Whoop. Come on, then. You stand up. You stand up. Oh, a little bit sleepy. A little bit sleepy.
I'm so happy to see Maisy. She's been for a big operation. Michael's done a great job. She's moving already. Yeah, couldn't be happier.
No, so everything went very well, and I have very high expectations for her, so over to you.
As Nathan is an experienced vet nurse, he can take Maisy home tonight to begin her rehabilitation.
It's a Maze. He's a good girl. He's a good girl. Morning, Jane. Hello, baby. Hello. Good morning to you. Bright and happy, very talkative this morning. Come on then.
Next morning in Isleworth, Jane, the school chicken, has recovered well after the unusual procedure to clear a massive blockage in her crop.
Yeah, happy girl this morning, aren't you? Hey?
Hello.
Hey.
Hiya.
Scott's wife Zoe has arrived to take Jane back to the school.
She looks fab.
Yeah, she's doing really, really well.
So when I first see Jane, it's very obvious the difference. Her crop, although still a floppy crop, for lack of a better phrase, it's a lot better than it was. And she's looking fabulous.
The only thing, however, is that because that crop was distended, was stretched for so long, unfortunately it is a little baggy and it will remain that way. So
that's a bit rude.
It's a little bit rude. I'm sorry, honey.
So she will forever have a floppy crop.
She will.
What happens now is that every time she eats, Jane's crop is going to fill up, it's going to hang over her breastbone. It means that the food won't transit through her gastrointestinal tract as it should, and unfortunately this will mean an ongoing issue for Jane.
Also, you can see her posture's affected. If I provide a little bit of support, you can see she immediately stands up. So what we need to do is something that I have never done before. I have never prescribed said treatment, and it sounds like I've made it up, but I haven't. It's a crop bra. A lot of ladies that might be quite well endowed in the front department, they need support. So what I've ended up doing is doing a little bit of sort of like, you know, primary school craft work, where I've used one of our surgical masks and attached it then to a little bit of padding here and sort of special support of the crop just in the centre there. It feels like we're on an infomercial.
It's very lightweight, very supportive, and very attractive.
Call 0800 chicken bra.
Of all the random stories that Scotty has told me about things he's had to do to assist animals in their welfare, a chicken bra, I think, probably is the weirdest.
So that's where your crop is. So you just want to go underneath there.
Okay.
And then hold it. So what we're going to do is place one around her neck, okay? And then the other one goes underneath the wings.
Okay.
So that's just going to support that crop.
Okay.
Keep it up. Keep this girl eating and happy.
Oh my goodness.
Happy.
All those years in vet college, and this is what it's come to.
Yeah, putting a bra on a chicken. I've arrived.
I'm really glad to have been able to help Jane, and even though I've given her a rather amusing bit of clothing to wear, I hope that her flock will accept her for who she is, a lovely girl that just needs a bit of support.
I now have to go and explain this to a school.
Yes.
As to why the chicken is wearing a bra.
But think of it this way, is that you don't have to explain it to the teachers have to explain it to the kids.
Hello, ladies. You want some?
At the school, teacher Jane Parr is waiting for Zoe to arrive with the chicken.
Hello, Mrs. Parr.
Hello.
Hello, chickens. I have got your girl back for you.
Oh, lovely.
There's a slight alteration that I need to talk you through.
She hasn't turned into a cockerel, has she?
No, don't panic. It's not that kind of alteration. If anything, more feminine than that.
Okay.
Let me talk you through it. How am I going to explain this to Mrs. Parr, and will she take me seriously?
Hello, Jane.
But you might
goodness!
You might notice
something.
She has a brassiere, for lack of a different word. She basically, Scott has emptied her crop out.
Yes.
But now, because she's left with, the only way to describe it is a floppy crop.
Right.
Say it carefully.
Okay.
Floppy crop. So essentially what Scott has made her is a crop bra.
Okay.
I love the way you're taking this very seriously,
yes.
and that's brilliant. So, it's a crop bra because once he'd managed to get all the seed and there was actually a real mix of long grass and things like that in there, and that's what had caused the problem.
Right.
But then when her crop fills, as it would normally anyway in a chicken, it sort of fills and spills over her chest bone, as it were, and then she ends up front heavy again.
Okay.
So what the crop bra will do, will keep that crop back in place so she can then stand up properly and the food can filter down as it should.
Okay. You're going to be our only lady with a bra, aren't you, Jane? In all my days, I've never heard of a chicken with a bra. She's going to be the only chicken with a specially made lifter-upper. Oh, come on then, Jane. We're going to introduce you back to your friends.
Should we see what they make of her new apparel?
Yes.
Right, here we are, darling. Off you go.
Great to have her back. Looks like she's really happy. But a crop bra! Oh, great. So now we've got to find somewhere that can sell professionally made crop bras. Fantastic. Okay, now don't be jealous now, ladies, because we can't afford bras for all of you. Definitely not in the chicken budget.
Okay, you two, ready to go? Oh. What's that in your mouth? Come here. It's okay. Oh dear, so nervous.
Rescue dogs Nellie and Rufus have clearly fully recovered from their anaesthetics. They've been busy demolishing their bedding.
Hey? Who's the guilty party? Oh, I don't know. Hey, Inspector Clouseau, I don't need to be. Okay, come on, you two. Come on.
I can already see little glimmers of personality coming out. Certainly Rufus, he's a cheeky little chappy, ripped up his bed. And Nellie, on the other hand, she's very quiet and very graceful. She's a beautiful natured dog, and anyone is going to be incredibly lucky to own her.
Foster mum Sarah from the charity All Dogs Matter is hoping both the little dogs can now look forward to a brighter future.
I thought Rufus would be fine, but I've been quite worried about Nellie because she's had her teeth done and the spaying, so it's quite a big procedure for a little dog. And also to find out how her heart is, because we don't know how severe that might be. So that's been in the back of my mind all day.
I've got an armful of cute for you. There they are.
Oh, look at those. Hello, Nellie.
They've been perfect little patients they have. Do you want to just take one?
Just take Rufus.
You can take.
So we'll start with him because he was the first cab off the rank.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got his little castration wound, okay, which will heal very quickly. He's been leaving it alone. He was a little bit naughty with his bedding that was in the kennel, so a little bit of behavioural training is understandably needed for this boy. But as far as any other health treatments, he's all in the clear and very healthy.
Lovely. It's quite heartening to hear that he's been naughty and doing something that's normal and puppy-like.
Yeah.
Which he's probably never, ever done up until now.
So I think he's definitely got a mischievous streak that'll come through his personality at some point.
Yeah.
And then Nellie, beautiful girl she is.
Yeah.
So completed the spay. That went absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Went to her mouth, 16 teeth removed. Okay. So you can see she's got a lovely kind of white teeth there in there now.
Oh, my goodness, look at that. Wow, that's better, isn't it? Goodness.
So she's done very, very well. And then last but not least, the good news keeps on coming because we completed a cardiac ultrasound. And what I could see is that, yes, she does have a valve that's a little abnormal and isn't closing properly. But in her case, we've got a perfectly functioning heart. Yes, she's got a heart murmur right now, but it won't have any impact on her future.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
So it's really, really good results.
Great. Couldn't be better.
All right. So you can head off for these two.
Lovely.
And thanks for everything you do as well, and to foster these dogs when you've got your own dogs. It's a massive commitment, so thank you. And let's hope for a loving home for these two, eh? It's incredible to work in Britain where we have so many incredible animal charities that are dedicated to the welfare of animals. And people like Sarah who open up their heart and their home to these foster animals who desperately need it. Thank God for them. So I'll walk you to the car. It just gives me more time to give her a bit more of a cuddle.
Thank you.
Maisy. Where's he gone? Where's he gone?
And 6 weeks later...
That's a good girl. Mace. Mace. I'm gonna get you.
Scott's vet nurse Nathan couldn't be happier, with Maisy fully recovered from her cruciate surgery.
Where's he gone? Not only is she back to her old self, but she's even better. Michael did a fantastic job. She's running around, bouncing around. Her leg is better than it's ever been. Maisy means the absolute world to me. I worried so much, and now I've got a real sense of what it's like to be a client rather than the nurse. Where's he gone? 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 Oh, that's a good girl. On you.